once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love once again. Welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and my heart goes out. Sincere blessings. My sincere appreciations. Thank you. Thank you to all of you who are here with me already, those of you who will tune in, those who will check in later. Blessings and oh man, praise God. I'm so grateful to be a part of this. Blessings to all of you already stopping through. I am really excited and feeling good. And holy cows, Andy, blessings to you already. What a way to get us started again. Thank you for your contribution. Hello, Jack. Hope you're having a great day today. Blessings and love to you as well. My friend, I am inspired. I really am. I've got a couple of notes today, but it's really inspired off of the thoughts in the thumbnail and some things I was witnessing earlier. In the background with me, as always, is the message of peace in our best clumsy way, of course. Right? But this thought came to me clearly as I was listening to some inspiring words from others earlier. Evil says what is wanted, right? Evil will say what evil wants. Evil will say what evil wants you to hear. Nothing more, nothing less, right? But love reveals what is true, man. Love reveals what is true. And you learn what you want in life through whatever is true for you. That's how you learn what you want in life, and what you don't want in life is through what is true. So let the truth be all that you want. And if the truth is all that you want, then you're surrounded by everything you asked for. It's already here. And then you can just move forward with a smile. And I guess, boom, that's the talk for today. Talcott Tuesday, man. This question of what is truth to you? I recognize the audience I have, and initially I was just going to do what is true to you. And then I started picturing my common guests insisting that I sit through listening to what they want me to hear is true for them. And I thought, you know what? Actually, today might be a little bit of holy cows. I just saw a name from the past. HMFIC of Steve. Greetings to you, my friend. And Twist 'em Up Tuesday. Yes. I was just thinking, you know what, who I am and where I want, what my hope is for today. My hope for today is to connect with others, to you, whoever you are, even if you're not here in the immediacy, if you tune into my words. And by the way, if you tune in later, speed me up. You'll save time and you might appreciate it. Doing an early link drop today already. I have dropped the link. It is pinned to the top of the chat. So for those who wish to join the conversations, you're welcome to do so. My inspiration today about what is true to you, what is truth to you in this world that we're living in. I don't want to be a doomsdayer or a gloomy Gus or, be the naysayer. But what's happening in the world today is it's not good. The corruption from Donald Trump and the administration, the steps that the society is taking towards authoritarianism and fascism. And I guess if I say that's a bad thing, then I'm an anti-fascist, which is an enemy to the state. But what is going on here? What? The whole world is insane, my brothers and my sisters. It is it's time for the world to fall in love with the truth. Accept nothing but the truth for yourself and share only the truth, the whole truth, with others. Because it's all, if the world is filled with confusion, then accept that you might be a part of it. Okay, in some small way or a bigger way, every one of us has roles we play with each other. You know, if you're a boss, if you're a boss, you need to look at how you treat those around you. And if you're one who serves, you need to look at, the quality of what you're doing. Because the world is the way that it is because mankind chose to play these games of division. When I was thinking about the games of division right before the stream, how foolish it really is, because it's the ego within us, the belief of identity. That belief of identity is the separation, the false separation, right? Because we think we have an identity, we think we're separated from others, but we're all sharing this one experience of humanity here on earth. October 28th, 2025 is what the digital calendar says on my screen. And there's a lot of corruption and evil that's going on in the world. You got people playing games like they're really important, like they're special, like they're above others. And worse than that, you got people treating people like things. Do you do that? Whoever you might be, or do you know people like that? Treat people like things? Things just come and go. Things are to be used and disposed of, right? They're easily replaced. That's what employees are and citizens are. It's all this numbers game, and then people are things. They're not people. The world we live in is quite confused. And I used to be a part of it. I used to have a lot of, I used to give a lot of weight to my preferences, right? Like I thought what I wanted mattered. Do you ever do that to yourself? You ever think that what you want matters? It doesn't. It doesn't matter in the end. It doesn't matter what you want. It doesn't matter what you don't want. What it matters is who you are and what you do. Because when you show yourself to be a fool over and over and over, well, then you got to look at the signs of you. And I know I hear people pointing the finger at you, Jack. Yeah, Jack, you're talking about yourself. I realize it may sound that way, but Mr. Snafu Snaps just joined. And tell you what, I forgot I can do this. There we go. How are you today, Snafu?
You sneaky little Talcott, you. Dictating names, keyboarding it up. So
Yeah.
I put a video in the back. I don't know if you saw it last night, but the optics are high. Big moves are being made. That is dealing with our cellular 6G coming. But it's what we're witnessing with Venezuela right now. It's what we're witnessing worldwide right now. And again, these legal secrets, I think some of these things are going to come to the light, Jack, but they're going to be weaponized by getting them open to the public. And I don't know if you knew about the EBT thing, about the food stamps here in the United States shutting down. So right now, people around the United States, as of November 3rd, because of the shutdown, the food stamps, no more food stamps. And of course, all the Section 8 people getting evicted, which is causing a civil unrest. Of course, the entitlement is unbelievable, which they have, fattened the sheep, so to speak, for what we're witnessing happening, Jack. But yeah, just watching your show, wanted to say hi, and I put that video in the back so you can watch it yourself privately or share if you want.
All right. Thank you, Snafu. The reason I took you off the screen was because I was a little slow in connecting the dots, but I finally recognized the avatar you chose.
What's wrong with my avatar?
I'd prefer that you change it.
Okay, hold on.
It's not you, clearly.
Why is it not me?
It's clearly not you. Why now? See, now that's an interesting choice you made. Sincerely.
Oh, is it? How do I know to choose that avatar?
But why can you not just choose your own?
How about this? Feel a little comfortable now?
Snafu, I got a theory about you that just came up.
Yes, I'm the Zedic princess.
And it seems kind of obvious that it would be this way. You're not comfortable being you. So you have this character of you.
Keep going.
Well,
we're not charging for this life coach session, are we?
No, I actually appreciate your patience.
Yeah, when I have a fucking terrible life coach, it's worth it to have patience. On the other end of the stick, Jack.
Well, my suspicion is you've probably made do with the best teachers you had, right? You may not have had the best.
No, I didn't even really start getting into the life coach shit till I met you. I could almost say you're probably my first life coach ish.
Right. Well, good. Well, thank you. I'm grateful to be that. I hadn't had
a terrible one.
So far, but don't give up on me, and I won't give up on you.
You have though.
Temporarily, you've got to. You got to learn when to surrender a battle to play.
The client. I'm the client. Why did you roll your eye? Why did you roll your eye? That's a new one. I'm used to the eyebrows furrowed, not the eyebrow ball roll. Out of you. Now you're moving up.
You're funny. You're a funny dude, man.
So you didn't know about the EBT optics and what's going on with. What is your thoughts on that, Jack? Because there's a lot of people who don't deserve them. A lot of people who are entitled. But then again, some of these programs exist as well for helping certain situations. But the entitlement is great. But the fact of this is going to cause civil unrest, like Walmarts around the United States are literally thinking about closing down on the 3rd to just see how things go. I mean, the fact that Walmart, I mean, and the robberies and all that, and we're talking about food with these entitled people, which then they get crazy because, they think they're entitled to this free food. And it's going to get ugly, man. I think we're going to witness a lot of optics in play.
Well, consider this. One of the ways that tyrants maintain their power or rise in power is through the selective determination of who is and who is not funded, right? I see everything happening in the world today. It's all perfect. It all makes perfect sense. There's many explanations and many factors. I mean, if you look at the world, that's what it is. It's many, 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 many variables that all of us are. And all of us are a result of the past. And the past has been greatly influenced by this society. And the society I'm talking about includes the governments, the politics, the religions, right? The way of commerce. All of that is traditions that mankind created and that we've become a part of. But a lot of people take on these ideas as their identity. And this is where mankind has lost sight. It's all perfect too from the eyes of God. God has created us all, dude. We are like the main characters in this story of humanity that's right now. It's fucking amazing. And guess what? It's prophesized, in the Bible and such, the good guys win. I think we are that.
Okay, so it is that part you have right. And it does prophesize the good guys win. But it does say that there's going to be a time of trials, tribulations, and death and tyranny, and it says a lot of that stuff is to come to pass.
I suggest it has been. We've
Yeah.
actually been pretty blessed to not be.
Biblically, and I could even pull the scriptures, it says there's going to be a time unlike anything that anyone's ever seen before when it talks about how bad it gets. So, that means these third world countries that already have it bad, like I heard you talk about some of these countries where you're talking about the hunger, the food, starvation the other day, and I'm glad you're starting to look more into other routes of media versus the mainstream, just to see what's going on. And I'm telling you, Jack, it said that it'll be unlike anyone's ever seen before. And I don't think we've hit that yet.
But, well, please don't leave room.
I'm not trying to be doom and gloom either. Like, I'm not trying to be doom and gloom.
I know, but this is the point. I think that the signs are here enough. It may not be directly upon you and I, but the world has never been at this point that it's at right now. The divisions, and we are right on the brink. We're on the brink of something horrible or something fucking magnificent. And so,
what if it were both? Prophecy being fulfilled, prophecy being fulfilled at the highest rate. Both, right? The return of
yes.
Now, I got to ask, Lou Bass is right. This is where we're talking, Jack. We're cooking here. We're actually talking. Lou Bass has a right, and I don't want to see those caterpillars bump. I don't want to see you get eyebrow furrowed. This is a valid question, and I've asked this a million times to you, Jack. And now you're doing your little shaking, the twisty, turning. What are you?
Did you hear that?
I heard it pop.
That's what I'm doing. Stretching it. It feels good. Please continue.
It feels good. No, who is we? Lou Bass. That's a good question. Because I've asked you who the we that you keep always talking about. Who is we? Have you got recruitments for whatever your shit is you're doing? I don't know what you're doing. Who is we?
I have so many, but they don't yet realize it. So who is we?
So they're recruited, but not
they're not aware yet.
Like they haven't signed the paperwork, I guess, or they just don't know it.
Yeah. So who is we? We has these words. Words have many different perspectives and layers to them. We, in most contexts with me, means me and all who are with me. Now, in the greater aspect, though, we is every human being alive on October 28th, 2025. Every human being everywhere around the world is a part of we in the eyes of God. for sure.
So, but you make these statements and say we, not the French we. Damn.
Why are you, damn, dude, pushing the boundaries again? Welcome back, Steve.
He's been
Just a little
shitting
crack
garlic
for you.
bread. Mr. Garlic Bread. Long time no see.
Just a little crack.
Crack. Hey, good to see you again.
You did get that
What's
video
going
in your
on, gentlemen?
backstage.
If you
What's going
wouldn't
on, Mr.
mind,
Steve?
would both of you please change your avatars or turn on your camera, please? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Snap. I'm not gonna. That guy, he's got to learn sometime. Hey, anyway, this is better. This is better anyway. I'm glad to see you, Steve. How you been?
Good, man. Living life. Working. Enjoying myself. What about you, pal?
Well, still trying to change the world, man. still seemingly spinning my wheels.
Spinning
But
your
I felt,
wheels.
yeah. Hey, real quick, Hank, blessings to you. Thank you for the contribution. Why is Snafu in whiteface? I don't know. Snafu, please change your name too. Okay? You're back.
Why can't I be Hit and Run Daddy? Like that's a good name. That's a cool name.
Dude, no, that's
I'm your
not the way
daddy,
I want. No.
and I won't hit and run you. I'm here to stay.
All right. All right. Hey,
Look, we were getting good conversation, and then
I
Steve shows
know.
up, Mr. Garlic Bread, and I did put
Kinda
a really
is
good
shit.
link in your backstage. But I think
I
you were
know.
over
I
it.
know.
The question is, Steve, you are a recruitment that Jack wants, and you just don't know it yet. Jack, this is your time to get it on paper, man. Can Steve be recruited by Jack Talcott to do what you want? Can we make this happen?
Yes. Everyone
Well, where'd you
is
go?
everyone is recruited. I don't know. He may have hit the wrong button or
Everyone is recruited. So what do we do?
um everyone is welcome and invited. The those who are called, right? Whoever is with me, I'm telling you guys, I'm with God. So if you're with me, God has chosen us. It is us who are here and alive today. We are the ones who God has sent forth into the world. And if you found your way to learn of Jesus, to become a believer of His, be a follower, right? Follow by deed and words, not just preaching it. We got a lot. I think the church has created a lot more Pharisees than followers of Jesus.
Weren't you going to church?
I've tried. I tried reaching out to dudes online, man. I get snafu. If you saw what I'm dealing with, you'd be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Well, tell me. Tell us. We're all here, Jack.
Okay,
Like,
so
did you say like last month that you were, and this is when you were like, I noticed you were copying, obviously, whoever you were going to the church, because you started like saying a lot of preacher type uh uh sayings, which is fine. I get it. You listen to these guys talk, and then sometimes you say what they say back without thinking. And I noticed that stops, obviously. But you were going to a church there for a minute. You said even a couple of them, right? You said you're
yeah,
going to. So
mhm.
now you're looking at online churches. What kind of churches are you looking at? Non-denominational, Baptist, Southern Baptist, Mormon, Jehovah Witness. What is Jack Talcott church hunting for?
I was actually considering that recently. Here, I think Steve is back. Looks like he's got it set up. Welcome back,
What's
brother.
up? Can you hear me?
Uh-oh. Yes, sounds good, and it looks good, man.
So what were you saying? You backpedaling, or you weren't? What were you saying?
No, he's
What?
saying he wants you to be recruited. He's trying to recruit you,
Oh,
Steve.
Oh no, man! I
well,
don't pay attention to nothing going online anymore. I don't pay
no,
attention to
it's
nothing.
but it's perfect that you're here today. Um, I'm glad you are, and thanks for hanging out with us. That'll be fun around the fire, man.
Yeah, it's
Um,
been there.
so Snafu was asking me about churches, and when I was in Spokane in 2018, I found my way back to church, and the first one was Unitarian Universalists, and then shortly after that was a spirit non-denominational spiritual center, um, and then I finally found myself to, I don't know what denomination. I think of, does it sound right? Foursquare Church? That might be its own identification. I don't know.
It,
Does that
I
sound
don't
right?
know if it's Pentecostal or I don't know. It sounds
Yeah.
like some whatever, but okay, okay.
Well, I went to churches truly for the spirit, because I encountered some truly inspiring and very intellectual. Um, well, the Unitarian Universalist, that one was, the guy was a very intellectual type, deep into philosophies and stuff.
Jack,
More
do
than
you? I got a
Jesus.
question. Would
Huh.
you go undercover for the whole panel universe, which just won't really work because they'll probably find out? But what if we sent you to the Church of Scientology and had you like a little camera and get you up in there and let you fucking? But then again, I'm afraid because you might start taking the bait, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, we got Jack involved in some real big
Right?
bullshit, and then you
Yeah.
could blame
I
me.
mean,
But would you do it? Would you go undercover to
I'd
that trip?
rather I'd rather do that after I do the other stuff.
Well, okay. No,
Um,
I was thinking, I was like, man, we should send you to the New
we
York, have you
could.
just the open door, walk right
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
Well,
Jack is in the Church of Scientology.
here, let me come back to your question. I don't mean to be.
It's scary, huh? Think about that, guys. That's to the audience
Anyway,
out there.
I want to come back to your question. I don't mean to be so long-winded, but it's my story and it's true. 2018 was when my life started again. 2018 was when I found God, right? I started turning that direction. And I approached, must have been 12. I'm pretty sure it was a dozen different pastors in Spokane, and I tried talking to them about what I was experiencing and what I was learning. And it was early on in my efforts. A couple of times I was talking to the pastor about my experience and my faith, and they pointed me to the Bible, because the Bible, like, it was the book of John. A couple of times turned me to the book of John, and John was saying the exact same things I was saying, just in a different way and from his time. But I couldn't get anyone's attention. So I left Spokane. I come here to Baltimore. Turns out there's like probably a half dozen churches within 2 blocks from me. I've tried one of them a couple of times. Um, I haven't found any real life connections. Oh, and in the churches, I would go in truly because the pastor would be talking about things that just spoke to me. Initially, that happened often, and then it became where I'd have the exact same inspiration in the morning and then go to church and the pastor would talk the same topic. It happened several occasions, and I could never get those pastors' attention. They couldn't find
Let me
time to talk to a guy
Whatever
like.
happened to all those
let me ask you something,
conferences?
Jack.
Oh, go ahead,
Let
dude.
me ask you something. So
Yeah.
you had a rough patch. You went and talked to these pastors. You're looking for Jesus. This is 2018. It's
Yep.
2020, 2025. Where has your search for Jesus and the study of Jesus, how has that helped your current life and your current situation? Are you better where you are now than you were back in 2018, pre 2018?
It's a great question.
Well, and
And
to add that question, are you still the same belief system you were when we first met you, Steve? Just so I have a better understanding.
Met me?
Yeah, you haven't changed your belief system either, right?
Oh yeah, I changed a lot. I
So
totally
do you
fucking did a
believe in
180.
do you believe in a creator? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in
No, I was never able to connect my faith to a power that I can't see or
Okay.
witness.
Okay,
Um,
that's why I want you to answer his question, Jack, but I wanted to see where Steve was because it's been a long time since I've so okay, so you're still on the same no
no,
creator,
I'm
no higher
saying
power.
I
Okay,
haven't changed
cool.
that. No, I
Okay.
tried.
No. It's been a long time, so I just was curious if your question was a good question, Jack, but I wanted to know where it was coming from you. But go ahead,
Right
Jack.
on.
could be perfect. Because if you're open to it, Steve, I was resistant as well to the idea of God, but to answer,
Wait, Jack. He's not. He didn't want you to preach to him and get Jesus
I
God.
know
Do that
I'm
later.
answering your question.
It was his question. You don't? Do you? Okay. Here's the thing. I'm asking. Do you even remember the question? I do.
Yeah, I thought you were. I thought I
How are you
was
better?
asked where I
He wanted to
and
know
okay,
if the Jesus, like where you're at from
If it
2018
is.
to now.
thank you.
I just needed to know if his belief system changed or not. Like, does he believe in a Jesus or creator? Which obviously he's still the same. So that's all we were getting there before he answered his question.
To answer the question, it's a lot of, well, let me be honest, because that's the only thing I can do. I feel like, yes, tremendously, Steve. Had I not found God and faith in, I'd have ended myself. I mean, that was the path I was on, was self-destruction, and I was trapped in undiagnosed, untreated depression for fucking years. Went through life with a happy fake smile, and an addiction, alcohol numbed myself through it. But since I found God, and I tell you what, for me, everything I have looked into, from the sciences, the physical sciences, to the mental sciences, the sciences of energy and light, it all comes back to Jesus and the Father that he spoke of. Which does mean that perhaps, God did choose one tribe of people, one group to keep the record of, to make the prophecy of. And, if you can believe that Jesus was, well, I leaned into the possibility and I found plenty of evidence that, confirms my bias, I guess. But to me, I'm convinced that whether or not Jesus was resurrected, the teachings that are passed down
Yeah,
from him,
I want you to continue, but see, that's where you have issues with really strong believers and none
I know,
because you're sitting there questioning
not
the
questioning,
whole thing, bro. Resurrection of Jesus Christ, like so
please.
that's where I just wanted to point it out. Like I get it, and I'm not here to preach or tell you what to believe, not to believe, blah blah. But when you have these issues with believers, and we sit there and say "fuck you," and I'm just letting you know is because you sit there one day preaching like you know that this is it,
Snafu.
and then the next day
I
question. Which
know,
again, I'm not trying to say don't question things
Snafu.
either.
Snafu. You don't know what I know. Okay.
I do know what you not know.
No. You know what you know. Nothing more, nothing less.
What does
Okay.
Proverbs 3:5 tell us, Jack? Look it up
Please
if you have
remind
to.
Please
Trust in the
remind us.
Lord with all your heart. Lean not in your own understanding.
Hey,
Well, Jack,
Lean
to the side
not.
of the
And now,
of
even
what
if you don't believe, like Steve, he doesn't. He claims he doesn't believe in the
Snafu.
Creator or a higher power.
I sure
But
don't.
this is how I had to tell people.
Good grief,
According to
Snafu.
that verse, a doorknob is a higher power. You have to turn that doorknob to open the door.
That's kinetic energy.
The sun is a higher power. It rises and chloroform, and
Snafu.
chlorophyll
Fine.
is the
Well, I'm
thing.
not here to convince or sway anyone to
No.
believe or not believe. I was
No,
just
but
curious
I'm just saying,
if
even for
Jack
Snafu.
is
non-believers,
happy where he's at. Are you happy where you're at right now, Jack?
I don't think he
Oh,
is.
Yes.
all
Yes.
the answer.
Here, Steve.
Awesome.
I actually
Be happy, brother.
The question is perfect for me because the question related to am I better off with God or without? Am I happy now? I am. I feel each day more grateful for life every day, and I feel more alive and filled with life every day than I ever used to. Now the downside, I miss the shit out of my son. I keep praying that my mother, my father, my sisters, my son, my old friends, keep praying that someone from my past might reach out to me. So
Someday,
all I,
someday it might not.
well, Steve, and
You
that's what
dwell on it.
Steve, this is it. I have God now. Therefore, I need nothing else. I need no others.
Right on, man. That I feel the same
That's
way. I
good.
don't need shit.
I gotta say,
I
I'm
don't
Right,
need
proud of
anything.
you. I'm proud of
right.
you here, right there. Because a few months back, you would have never said that.
Yeah.
Like that's a step up, Jack. You don't need anyone but God, right?
I know.
In the
But
end, like I mean, yes, it would be nice to get the
snafu,
things you want or
right.
focus on, but
But
as long as you
snafu,
have that rock,
holy cows, please recognize that's the whole point. I have known that God is with me, and I'm inviting you. Please stop fighting
what
me.
if I don't need invited because I already knew him before you knew him, and I'm more knowledgeable about the doctrines and like I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but what if I were to say you could learn from people like me? There's people of milk and then people of meat when it comes
Snafu,
to
your behavior prevents either of us from learning from
Oh
each other.
shit! It didn't fucking break. Sorry.
Praise God. Mess avoided.
okay.
Right.
Let me pull one on you then. All right. If I were to rewind this stream right now, you question the resurrection.
That's your
How can I
narrative.
learn from someone who
Snafu.
questions
Hey,
the actual
hello.
the whole shebang?
Snafu. For the love of God, you never asked me a question about it. You never allowed me to speak on it since your narrative that I question it. No. What the same scripture you pulled up, Snafu, supported why you heard some doubt from me. I'm willing to be wrong. I'm willing to be completely, doesn't matter. The whole Bible and Jesus, it was all made up. I don't care. I found the wisdom from there that tells me God is, and that helped me to learn God's love. The story of Jesus helped me to better understand and better accept God's love. That's what he was teaching, guys. The scenes of today, the divide of the world, Donald Trump, here, Snafu, think like a Christian, okay? Donald Trump won his presidency, as many say, in great part by the young Charlie Kirk, who's being praised. Steve, please change the screen. I don't want to see it.
Won't let me.
It's
a tiny bit. I'll be right back.
Thank you. Many people are raising Charlie Kirk up on this pedestal, and the loss of him has been used by Donald Trump and many others to, create this further divide. That defies the message of Jesus. And truly, what Donald Trump is evidence. He is evidence of today's society. Today's society created Donald Trump to rule the nation. Now, if we learn from the scriptures, we learn that immoral rulers, bring hell upon the people, and it's like punishment from God. So Donald Trump is clearly an unrepentant sinner who does not have God in his life or leadership. And so for every Christian who's in support of this, who is proud of this Christian nationalist idea, people are getting tested. That's what life is.
Didn't you just like a few weeks ago start learning or studying what Zionism is? That's why I try and be so gentle with you, milk versus meat. Jack, we have been in a very corrupted political world stage for a very long time. That
I know.
Again, when you look at like history, mud flood theories,
Yeah.
the healing optics of like when they illegalized bells, and we look at these big churches, the organs, the healing centers, and medicines, and just again the great deception, the beast system world we live in. We've been in a very corrupted police state world, and it seems it's only getting more in that police state. And so it's not just Trump. It's you got good cop, bad cop. To play with the mass.
Hello. Don't assume with me.
What do you mean?
You started off kind of chuckling that I'm early in the number of years I'm studying. Well, guess what? Number one, I'm a very fast learner.
All right, so tell us what the Zionist movement is that's happening in the political stage of the world and why we're getting into a police state world. Tell us what's happening, Jack.
I suggest that we've learned enough, and if we just simply accept what is obvious, it's time to change. It's time to bring change. And the greatest way to bring change is to unite together, for good people to unite together to say no more.
You've gotten really good at distracting from questions and just filibustering with words. I asked you to explain what the Zionist movement in the political world stage that is affecting the things that you talked about.
I answered it. I don't need to prove my education to you. That's the thing.
But if you want me to learn from you, and I'm asking you these questions, how do you learn if you can't educate?
If you just accept, okay?
Okay.
Trust that I know that I have reasons to say what I'm saying, then pay attention to what I'm saying. Seriously, then we won't have as much confusion.
Have you ever thought that?
Here, we've got another test for you, perhaps. So please don't run us off course. Welcome, Hank. How are you today?
Thank you for having me, Jack. Benjamin Sardis show just finished up. I was co-hosting with him. As you know, he is Jewish and he's trying to end the wars over there. God bless him.
The freak. Donald Trump is a liar, dude. And this is the thing. part of human life. Hello. The test we have to go through is how do you know what is true and not? Actually, perfect. The topic today. What is truth to you?
Oh, I'm
Because,
glad you asked.
Well, have you
well,
changed your game plan? You don't want to talk to Trump anymore? Is there someone else that you want to talk to now? Because
I
by
have no
saying,
idea.
have you changed your game plan?
Why do you say that? Why do you ask
Well,
that?
okay, like realistically, if anyone would like say, "Hey, this guy Jack Talcott wants to talk to you," like let's just say we get you that far. They do what's called a profile. So they're gonna look into who this guy is, what you're about. They'll find out you got.
Yeah, I'd be a lot better off not with people like you, Snafu. Hank, I want to swing back to you, okay? I want to
Yes.
swing because
I want
that
to answer your
question,
prompt.
please.
Go
What
ahead.
is truth to you?
Well, truth for me, truth is just a feeling. As I always, it's even a catchphrase for me. So as I say, it's a feeling because it's truth comes from our senses. We derive truth from our senses, where we can feel, see, and touch. See, touch, draw, and imagine.
Right. So it's not just what is available, it's that which we are aware of,
Yeah, exactly.
right? And so really the feeling, it's the awareness of the feeling that lets truth be known, lets truth be realized. I've kind of talked about, I agree with Hank in this, that truth is a feeling because I've tried to describe this yesterday. Actually, in yesterday's stream, we were discussing meditation. And that is part of meditation, is bringing your mind's focus, your mind's eye into your inner state of being. And then you sense and you feel. And I remember meditating and contemplating on my life, the situations, things in the world that just weren't working right. And so,
And staff who better hope Jack can talk to Donald Trump into keeping his EBTs active. You better pray that Jack's able to get to
Yeah,
Donald Trump.
look in your backstage. You asked, "What is truth?" This is relevant to our conversation. It's not long. This is the answer to all of our questions. You, me. I don't know if you want to share it. It's not long at all, and it's the answer to your question, to my question, what you just asked.
it's 20 minutes.
20 minutes. You know I pay like $100
What
for
is
that.
truth? What is truth? All right, then Hank, answer his question.
I
Less than
just
20
answered
minutes.
it. You need to pay attention.
Right.
Jack didn't find
Snafu.
it. Jack, did,
Snafu. We were both discussing it. And here's something I observe with you. You don't know what the truth is. And actually, I think you
said
spend a
who?
lot of time, the facts say,
What facts?
the facts of you, your patterns, your words, the things you do and
So
say.
tell me, say what's untruthful?
Well, what it appears to me is that you get real caught up in lies. And I'm not sure you know
What
the difference
lies?
between a truth or a lie.
What lies?
Do you really need to go over it?
No, Hank, I'm talking to Jack. Keep sweating your black jab goo over there. You looks like a fucking fishing lure. He's so shiny.
Please, you're
It looks like a
deflecting.
damn fishing lure. Go ahead.
I mean,
What
Sorry.
Jack's
you-
more shiny than I am, so that's one lie right in front.
Yeah.
Go watch my new video, the 6G. You, of all people, need to go watch my new video. It's on the Strike Team channel.
Yeah, promote your videos, of course.
No, you need to
You
watch
want to
it.
be famous.
You're a shedder. You're shedding the vat.
Snafu,
Go
you
ahead.
Not a lie.
completely, Hank, please realize he's deflecting from the conversation.
No, go ahead. I heard. I said go ahead.
What? No. Here's the thing.
No.
I suggested that it's quite apparent that you get caught up in lies and you don't know the difference between truth or lies.
Okay, so let's put an example on the table.
You promoted.
I see that cheesy ass grin, Jack.
Well,
Examples now.
it's absurd that you can't answer for
I can
yourself.
answer it. We got to put the
What would
example
you-
first.
Please give an example that you think I'm
No,
talking about.
you, not Hank. This is you. You're making the statement. You're the one
Hank,
calling me out on it. I'm saying, give me
Snafu.
the example.
Snafu, there's been you've offered lies about Hank, about me, about
Okay,
many others.
so let's put some example.
Why? I mean, here's what. No, I see you playing games,
Right, because
and
I could defend whatever you guys bring to me, and probably most likely.
and I don't need to waste time with your egoic fools. Here, I'm trusting this is who I think it is.
It's Penny
it
Price. Yay. God
How-
bless you, Penny
How,
Price.
how you doing? God bless.
Hey, God bless to you. And I think this is Rick from yesterday. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, blessings. Welcome back,
How you doing,
Rick.
Jack?
Good to see you. Well,
Good to see you, brother.
uh,
Hank,
Yay, Rick. First time we met.
nice to meet you, brother.
hey, coming in with anything specific, any of you? Otherwise, we'll jump back to what we were doing.
Yeah, nothing specific.
All right. Besides trying to communicate with Snafu, I presented the case that he doesn't know the difference between truth or lies, and he insists that I need to go through the motions of presenting evidence and specifics to him. But generically, this question, the topic for us all, what is truth to you? Because truth is not always what we like. It's certainly not always what we want to hear, but we can always want to hear the truth. If that makes sense. I actually think that's part of this path that God has me on. I'm a test for many people. They often underestimate me. They bet against me. But in the end, all that matters is what is true, right? And if I'm right about what I think is true, I think it's true that God has given mankind everything. We have all the answers. We have everything we need to end the wars and to bring heaven to earth cooperatively. It's exactly what Jesus said. It's a perfect story. It makes sense to me that God would allow us to finally realize at some point, oh, hey, all of these immoral rulers, oh yeah, that's of our creation. Oh yeah, these international wars, the wars between religions, oh yeah, that's all us. We don't have to play those games, do we? See, and I guess what I am proposing, is it sounds like what the New World Order, which makes perfect sense. Wouldn't evil convince people to be afraid of what is good and to love what is not good for them?
No, they would just claim that they're good and tell us to give them our power because they'll keep us safe.
Well, that's what the governments have been doing.
So we'll fix government with more government.
No, we fix government. Ooh, actually, that's an interesting observation. And in some way, yes, I don't want to just disagree. But we fix government with oversight and proper administration. I suggest we use these legal systems to communicate with the persons, the civil persons who receive paychecks because they took an oath to legislate properly and to, run the state of the Congress. Let's get those employees on board. They actually have the best chance, those human beings in Congress and Donald Trump himself. That man specifically has the best chance. And I want to offer my help. I want to help Donald Trump and America lead the world into reforms and into a better future. And what I'm suggesting, Snafu's in the back clamoring for attention. What I'm suggesting, Snafu, is actually fulfilling the prophecy. We reclaim the world in the name and ways of Jesus so that he reigns as king eternally.
Can I point something out as my other daddy probably would point out? A daddy that we're neutral on? Can I? My other wise daddy would probably in a different way, but he would point out that Snafu Snaps, this daddy, brought a video that was 20 minutes too long for you pertaining to this particular subject. But you have 3 people up here, one of them named Megatard, one of them who sweats black jab goo with his sex torso in his closet. And I don't know who this fluffer Rick guy is really yet. We'll find out if they're cupcake or not. But Jack,
fucker. Hey, fucker.
Oh yeah, I could.
When you're in the hospital, I'm the motherfucker that prays for you. Okay.
Cupcake. See, answered my question, Jack. I'm the only one who brought actual optics to your question. While these fucktards just sit here and listen.
So I answered the question directly. So you demonstrate your lies. Then go to my pussy's your daddy's show and show your video. How about that? Go to his show and show your video.
Thank you, Rick. I missed something there, and I'm sorry. Sorry for that. I'm curious about this. Tarek, what's going on, man?
Jack, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I put a look. I see that you were talking about Trump, so I want to jump in, even though, me and you may have some. Well, not you per se. I may have my own perception of you, but I'm putting that aside. I'm coming in good faith. But what I'm trying to tell you, I saw the Trump thing that he was trying to explain to people that people think that Trump is good. I put a little, a 10-second short for you in the back, because the American people want to believe that Trump is all about Christians and all that. He was asked if he thinks he would go to heaven, and it's amazing his answer.
Yeah. Let's do this.
You had talked a couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I've made life a lot better for a lot of people.
You had talked a couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven.
Yep. That's what God has shown us. So I'm reluctant here because part of me wants to butt my nose in and start asking, what's with the rituals? It's not my business. What are you doing, dude?
You can ask. You can ask, Jack. People are not going to understand the Cynthia ritual, right? Because I am a Muslim, correct? I mean, I don't practice it, but I am a Muslim. per se. So the rituals is for Cynthia because I believe in the future, karma in terms of the universal like world, how it works. It will automatically like do its thing. So that's what rituals for. It's not mainly me. I don't do anything. I'm just doing the rituals because I feel like Cynthia is way out of bounds. Just my perception. People may disagree, and I think the ritual is more of like a prayer ritual, whether it's seen by the audience or the people as satanic or not. I don't really focus on that. I focus on the karmic universal law, and that's all.
I think you're missing some things.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
If that's true, if you're looking at the karmic universal law, um, I'm not sure what you're trying to create or repair with the appearance of rituals. See, because here's my outside uninformed, but what really comes to mind quickly is what I've learned about life. We
Hmm.
quickly become that which we hate, right? We don't know we're like that until we discover those who are like that. And then once we start really engaging and accusing what the things we hate, they come out of us and then you become like that. Okay, so I'm wondering if you are perhaps doing a little bit of witchcraft and projecting out the blame as your excuse. Is that possible?
No, I don't think that's the case here, Jack. I would say, here's the thing, Jack. Like you said, like about me, and hey, and how you phrased it, right? I tried my best with Cynthia and many others to have peace, right? And for some reason, it's not happening no matter what I do. They always gang up together and do all the things they do. I'm not gonna go over it. We all seen it.
Right.
So now
Right.
I'm just going to prayers. I mean, there's prayers and rituals. Would you agree, Jack, if I said when you pray, it's a form of a spell, like you're asking God to kind of manifest something?
Yeah. Here. Yes, in a way it is. In a way it is. And Hank, I was the one who brought this up. I was the one who chose to ask. It's not my business, but
No, you can ask, Jack.
I saw it being discussed and highlighted the other day, and I was really wondering.
But Jack,
You're,
here's the
but,
fascinating part. Go ahead.
well, the fascinating part is that you're not alone, right? There's a lot of
Hmm.
people doing things like this,
Hmm.
but it really makes no sense. I mean, here's where my mind is.
Go ahead.
We're here to love our enemies, regardless
Yes.
of your faith. I know that different faiths say different things, but there is no one group superior to another. We're here to love one another. And so it could be you and Cynthia are to learn things from each other. You've both learned different things about God, but doesn't mean you guys can't get along. And that may
I
be
agree.
where, and that sounds like that's what was frustrating you, is that you think you're trying to offer peace, and then the chaos or the names keep going. I've been dealing with that myself. Okay.
Yes, you're correct.
So I get it. The path I've chosen and that I encourage you is truly just be at peace, right? You don't have to make a show of your prayers or make a show of putting someone down. I encourage you, do the right thing. You're a good man and you don't want your reputation to be tarnished because playing foolish choices, right?
No, I totally agree, and I actually agree with everything you just said right there, Jack. And then what I was trying to tell you is, um, with Cynthia, I'm still open to be peaceful with her. Oh, I always been with anybody. But I feel just like Snafu right now, right? Like last week, he was going crazy at you. He brought the jacktails, the grape, and everything else. Now he'll cupcake next week. Like I have dealt that. You already know. We all have dealt with these things back and forth. So I have tried. I'm still open for peace always. Um, but all I want to say, Jack, and I'll swing it back to you is I do wish Cynthia and anybody always well. I don't have any hate in my heart for any of these people. All I'm saying is sometimes I feel like I have to play a little bit at their playground or court just to make it fair, to make a point, and after that, hopefully there will be peace.
It's all coming together. Well, truthfully, this is the mantra I tell myself. Doesn't matter what I want or don't want, it's all coming together one way or the other. I do have faith, though, that I'm on the right path for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, I'm going to bring others back up. I wanted
Sure,
to.
sure. Yeah.
I'm going to wait.
And I appreciate
that one.
Jack, I want to say I appreciate you doing the right respectful thing that Cynthia, Langy, and others can learn from you a little bit here is when you want to talk to somebody and there's 5 people and they're gonna gang stalk you and all that, you bring one-on-one, we get clarity, and then we go back to the panel. And I appreciate that.
I'm trying to do better myself. Welcome to you, Browns boy, as well. How are you?
Thank you. I am well. How are you?
I'm blessed. Hey, Rick, I do want to swing back to you because I missed something.
I apologize for that, man. But it's like, man, everybody's here and Snafu wants everybody to listen to him, man. But how about all the stuff that we've been telling you, man, and trying to keep you out of the hospital, man? And every time that you go up in there, man, we sit here and we pray for you just for you to go back, man, and keep repeating this crap, man. It just hit me, man. I apologize. Man.
No, Rick, blessings for you. It was a response out of love, out of care. And that love and care brings frustration. In a different way, Tarek, that's kind of what you're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
We love, we care, what we want is not there. And so our hopes and expectations cause us to get a little frustrated and we react to people. But
I agree.
Snafu, did you hear? Do you understand?
If I may, I appreciate that, Rick. I appreciate your thoughts. But what I deal with on the sidelines that we don't tell you all, which Cynthia was trying to say, is we deal with this guy at LCJC, who again, LCJC was going around saying, I touched my kid, PX child drink chocolate.
There we go.
24 hours later, they say, oh, it's a lie. These people are involved in criminal, traitor, fraudulent, and satanic optics and predator optics. Like, that's what we do. We whistleblow and stuff. And this guy...
Does the loop ever change?
Yes,
I wanted
it
to
does.
just commend Tarek on the work he's doing with his new aerobics class for all these overweight women like Cynthia. They could finally maybe lose some weight, feel better about themselves. Heal the body first, then the soul, right?
Yeah, that is very
I
true.
second that.
Blessings. It all comes together, man.
And Jack, one thing I want to clarify, because yesterday when you went to Snafu and Cynthia and them called you, they kind of a little bit lied to you like they usually do. Is when they told you about the hair thing, that I got it from your jacket and all that, that was not the case. What I said is, and it was more of an entertainment, satire, right? I said that I have the hair from the car, not just the jacket itself. I was trying to be like funny. It was just supposed to be satire.
So here's the thing, Tarek. If you had to explain your joke that means your joke's not good enough. So you have to work your material some more.
Well, I know, but I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just saying I'm working with Cynthia and Snafu. They both, don't like me and all that. You know how it is. So I'll bring it back to Jack.
People are challenging, truly. People are the messages of Jesus. This is why they are so important, truly. He brought all of the law together into the way he was. And truly, if America has the disguise, it's got the appearance of being a good and righteous nation. The values are there, but we got to face the facts. Slavery is simply the division uh, between wealth, right? And we're dealing with slavery right now today. It's all voluntary. We have a voluntary military, voluntary military. We got voluntary tax system, voluntary police force. Everyone volunteers for these jobs and these duties. But it's insane. And what's happening in this world, Donald Trump, he's a man like you and I. He's not unreachable. He's not, I like to believe that he's got a reasonable side to him. Someone has, you know what? God's got him there for a reason. I don't know my reason. I know why I'm here where I am. I know that, here, sorry, to swing it round back to the topic and the quotes today, right? If you allow the truth to become all that you want, which is what I did, the truth is all that I want. I just want to know the truth. It doesn't matter what anyone says. It only matters what is true. And then that's the way you avoid getting confused. Does that make sense?
Yes.
How do you not get confused needing the truth versus wanting it? I would say needing it might be a stronger word.
The need, though, this is where that ego comes in. The identity, we create these false importance, levels of importance. And truthfully, the practice I've been working on for myself, I try and make sense, is when I feel myself getting confused, right? What is confusion? It's an absence of the answer. So if I see the signs that there's a question or a doubt creeping in, I'm getting the feeling anxious, I try to catch it and I turn it to wonder. I wonder what the answer is. I wonder what the solution is. And then practicing faith in the higher power. I have to trust that when it's time, the Spirit and God will show me. But I have to be patient. And that's where the trust and the faith is established, is through our patience and waiting. I've been waiting a long time, guys. Earlier I was asked, is it better for you since you found God in 2018? I feel like I have everything. That need and want, right? To humble myself, I think the way I explain it. Go ahead.
What about needing water versus wanting water? Like, you can want all you want, but like your body needs water. So like I just think like there's certain physical cutoffs
And that would be a
and
thirst, right?
so
It
maybe
would be a
like
natural thirst. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good. It's all right. I'm
But it
just
would
kind
be
of
a thirst, a natural thirst, a
thinking about it
longing.
out loud, if that's okay.
And you feel it when you're dehydrated. That's when you really feel the thirst. But I
Yeah,
think
but
people were conditioned to be scared to just keep drinking and drinking and drinking out of fear of being dehydrated, but you're not actually thirsty.
Yes.
Right.
And you said you were waiting a long time. To God, 1,000 years could be a day, and a day could be 1,000 years. So God doesn't use or relative time. So I don't
Right.
know how long he's gonna take it, but he'll do it when he feels like it. So
Right. And when when you do what you love to do, then time goes by so much quicker, doesn't it? And then whenever you're doing something that you don't, it's what do they say? Life is a drag. Yeah.
This is what I realized. All these within us, there's a fine line between everything, isolation and loneliness, right? Or solitude and loneliness. One brings you a feeling of lack, while if you're in solitude, you're in a wholeness and you need nothing in your solitude. Um, it's all a state of mind. It really is. The key to life, the key to happiness, the key to success, it's through the mind. Choose your mindset, figure it out. I recommend, and there's a lot of different things I've learned, like I said, different tricks and paths. Get pen and paper. Get clarity in your mind and within you of who you are, what's important, what are your values, what are your goals, what lessons have you learned, what lessons do you hope to share? Um, this is our lifetime to
yeah,
live.
I think with wants, you are setting the goal.
Yes,
Whereas with
circumstance.
needs, the goal is already set.
That could be accurate.
So
Could
wants
be
would
accurate.
come after needs. Needs have to be fulfilled first, and then you can go after wants, right?
Your want is going to determine your needs, and your needs are going to determine your wants. And it all depends on your desires. What does your
Right.
heart desire? What do you love? That's what it comes back to. It always comes back to love,
And it
man.
cycles though. It never stays in one place though. That's the thing.
Right. Lawyer Chick, blessings to you. Your contributions. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your vibes and knowledge, man. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure. I do feel truly I'm I'm humbled. I feel blessed. I feel excited and I feel confused sometimes. I really do. I've been getting in my head recently about my family. I don't get it. This life, man. Evil. Evil offers what is wanted, right? Evil will lead us through temptation. Evil isn't always dark and scary looking. Evil will have a beautiful smile, an inviting appearance. It'll look all warm and comforting. Evil works through temptation. Mankind we have been given the power and the opportunity to direct the the direction of our lives.
So does good look the
Jack,
opposite, Jack?
are you
Good.
tempted to have needs or are you tempted to have wants?
I choose to be. And then from the being, I get to God decides what I need. That's what I realized. And I heard this in a coaching thing as well. We have our resentments and our feelings on life and God, but the truth is, if we made it this far, We have always had what we needed. We've never been without what we needed to continue. Otherwise, we wouldn't have, right? So, what do we need? Well, it depends on what you want to do.
Don't you think? Don't you think? Don't you think people? Yes.
What's that? I think something happened on his end.
The people, that are following whatever orders they're the people that are following whatever orders that they're told to follow, whether they believe it's their own thoughts or not. Um, the wants is what has this desire has taken over people to create the corporate indoctrination, enslaved cycles that we participate in, that we're born into. So I'm really, really off on the want idea. I'm Once you understand, if you don't understand the needs, your wants are going to be off.
What are the needs? What are our needs? What do we need here in this existence?
Yeah, please.
What is the greatest thing that everyone appreciates?
That's a good question. I think you should write a list.
Attention, awareness. Kids, that's all they want is your attention, your truthful attention, your authentic attention.
Dude. Yeah, Rick, that simple lesson right there, that's a lesson a mistake I made as a father that I can never make up. I can never recapture the time with my son. So for anyone who is a mom or dad, while it takes a lot of energy and time and dedication, that's your job, man. All you got to do, your number one priority, time.
And even if you're busy, yeah, it's just like in the restaurant, whenever like a waiter or somebody just walks by you and doesn't even acknowledge you when you come in. Same thing as a kid, in your house. They don't acknowledge. All it takes is just a little high five or hey, hello. But then when you get caught up and you're too busy, you don't even notice that. Your awareness is where? Lack thereof, right?
Yeah.
Because of busyness.
Well, yeah.
Excessive busyness.
Exactly. And that busyness comes from this misplaced idea of what is needed, right? Kind of what Brown's boy was getting at with the want versus need. Truly, my want and need are the same. God. I need God. Without God, I am nothing. With God, I feel whole, despite what the world shows. I truly do believe, guys, the more I continue in this path, I'm enjoying my time online, but I'm pretty sure that God is using me and us. We're going to fulfill prophecy. It'll be heaven on earth. The wars and the debts can be over. We'll work together, cleaning up the messes of the past. And who knows what God could allow us to accomplish if mankind united together with love and honesty, transparency. We're not created to be in a world of lies, and yet that's obviously what happened. So why are we in a world of lies? Obviously, to figure out the truth. It's that simple. And then once we know the truth, what should we do? I believe we should protect the truth. We should stand on the truth, stand with the truth. We should share the truth. But we live in a world where people care more about their ideas and their opinions more than the facts, more than what others have learned. Brown's boy, I disagree with you, and I don't mean to disagree. Wars need to end. Wars need to end.
Inside
Now,
and
the people
outside.
involved, yeah, exactly, inside and outside. And that actually, go ahead, Hank.
Yeah, as much as I don't like agreeing with Brown's Boy, yeah, there's some of them that don't want to keep the wars going. We need to keep separate them from everyone else who want the wars to end. They can fight each other. Keep us salvaged.
That's an idea. In some way, isn't that what God did with the heavens? Sent those who want to war to the world, banished Lucifer and the angels.
Well,
You know,
we
in
need
that
a new
story.
banishing place. We need to make another banishing place and we banish the next, guess. Line.
I heard that was also maybe myth, but the story of Australia as well started out as like a prison colony. They shipped out their deplorables, and they they prospered and multiplied. So I don't think that's the right idea, Hank. I think we're here to find a new way. It is a challenge to bring peace when others want to war. But the reality is those who are in the midst of war, that's where their focus is, right? Their focus is on the immediacy, trying to survive, trying to be victorious. But those of us on the outside of war, we can see different than they can. And this is why I moved myself to be here in Baltimore. I can see different things in Congress than what the people in Congress can see. And I want to help them, right? Because, you start with yourself if you want to change the world. Well, I have. And I continue to. And I continue to work on me. But along the way of working on me, I can see the same solutions for the United States as a nation and the world at large. And it's exactly what Jesus said, what he taught. And if we believe that, if we can believe in that way of being, that forgiveness and mercy is the way, compassion will rise us out of this hell realm together. Frank Monday, you get it, brother. Please and thank you. Have you heard of Jack Talcott? Tell a friend. Give love a chance, man. Check out the crazy dude.
Oh, yeah. Did you know Raging Tomatoes back after that thing last week? So she may be a decent platform for us. So
Yes, I saw she's continuing. That was, these online experiences. I thought from what I saw of her, I thought she handled herself very well, right?
yeah, Raging Tomato did nothing wrong. I mean, we've been in these covert contracts and we just called it as we see it. Oh no, we're in trouble because we were honest. Come on.
Yeah. The downside is it might make it. See, I don't know how that does with my hopes of communicating with Andrew Wilson. And there's others who say it's not worth the time, not worth a try. But I want to seek. I hope to have conversations with people with larger platforms because I want to grow.
So we have an option that we can talk to Grid One, who is still on good terms with pretty much everyone we know about. So you can start with him. He's personal.
Yeah, he seems like a wonderful guy, and I tried talking to him, but he doesn't seem to get me either. He's more on the conservative side, if I remember right, economically, and with my positions, even if they align with the religion, with the name Jesus, they usually find a division for something else, either the politics or the economics. But
Well, if
This
you
is
have to unite the whole world, then well, they're part of the world. So
yes. Well, and Hank, this is just it. This is what I'm trying to get Snafu and others to understand. If I'm right, please trust me, okay? I feel like God has blessed me, but I've got so many people who want to prove me wrong, say that I'm a liar. No, it's not true. But if I'm right, then I'm just living this part of life, this part of history that God has me living. And what's in my heart is a world without wars, a world without poverty.
yeah, so maybe we could go slow and say instead of going if I'm right, we could try to focus on stuff we could prove, we could demonstrate. War is bad. That's pretty obvious. So can we
That's what I
stop it?
think.
Can we at least cut back on it? That's provable. We don't. I mean, you
In
don't
order
want
to
a bomb
end
in your
war, we
house.
need to get rid of money. If you have
Actually,
money, you'll have war.
and that I think is, you may be right. I've connected money and slavery together because truly, without money, there would be no slavery. And you're probably right. Without money, well, we could still have wars. I don't know. They wouldn't be funded the way they are. No, actually, you're right. Most people go to war and they obey the oppressor for a paycheck.
Yes, but
I heard you.
if you follow Max Weber's theory, the states just create a paycheck so we can get people to do favors for the state. So pretty much, if we don't, you can just reject the money, but you won't get to eat, and you'll just starve and die in a month.
Yes. Hey, I heard you guys talking about Grid One. Do you guys know who he is? Like, you've seen his stuff?
A little bit.
A little bit. A little bit.
A little.
What have you seen?
Rick, what about you? Oh,
No, I haven't seen it.
you know what's crazy is I happened to tune in one time to his show. Do you know what this guy was talking about? He was telling a story about how he bought a gun from somebody that ended up being traced to stolen from an airport police locker room, and he just tells that he snitched on the guy who sold it to him. And I have the video.
Thank you for keeping track of the lore, my friend. Thank you for looking out.
Dude, I'm not even trying to. I tuned in and the guy's telling the story, man. It was fucking synchronistic.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, do you get that a lot? Have you noticed that much? That the spirit leads you, you tune in at just the right time, or you show up somewhere? Do you get that much?
Yeah, I don't know why he's snitching though. I don't know why he's getting
Oh,
pulled over and having a gun that's got stolen from a locker from an airport.
I know why I would do it because if
It
someone
was
stole me
stolen from
bad
it was
goods,
stolen.
if someone
It was stolen from a police. It was stolen from a police evidence room.
Yes, and
So
sold
who
to
do you
him,
think
and
stole it?
I don't know who stole
A
it.
cop
but-
stole the gun and sold it to him, Hank. Can you follow the story?
Yes, so if I bought a gun and the title's not good, well, I'm definitely gonna burn the guy because I don't want to be in trouble. You could call me, oh, you're a
But
coward.
Hank, why does he know?
Hey,
He worked with
Brown
local
boy.
police on a federal level.
Okay.
Now he's a I'm sorry, I shouldn't say
Here,
that.
thank
Grid
you.
One is a dum-dum to the highest degree.
Hey, Browns boy, thank you. There's a lot of interesting.
I'm just keeping an eye out for you guys.
Respect. I appreciate it. There's a lot of interesting characters online, but I won't discount anyone. Grid One, he seems like a decent guy today, despite his his stories and misgivings, and really all I'm looking for is connections. I want to grow in connections and grow above what I was in the past. I want to change the world, man.
A
I
lot
think
of
it's
terrible people hold connections, though. So you got to be,
yes.
not too trusting of about 90% of them.
Well, here's where my faith comes in, and I think God allowed me to learn how to trust, right? Because that's part of living without fear. If you don't trust, then you're on edge, you're anxious. So you got to be able to
Well,
learn
I
how to.
trust. Me too, man. But like, if I told you, like, hey, there's a guy over here who does murders, are you going to trust him or me?
It depends on more facts. I mean, it really, every moment, every case is different, and we've got to decide, you know.
So there are some murderers who are okay then.
Yes, I will say there are some murderers who are okay.
Okay, that's new to me. Can you expound on that a little bit?
To be honest, the example that came to my mind that gives me confidence in saying that is the men and women like me who served in the military. Now, I was lucky. I didn't, I murdered none. No others were harmed by me, and I was kept safe from others. But I know a lot of my military brothers and sisters, they have murdered, and they are damn
Wouldn't it
good.
wouldn't it be better to be somebody who helped some other people not get murdered?
Absolutely. That's what I'm working on now, dude. That's why I'm changed my ways. I'm an example of repentance for sure. I joined the military. Now I want to reform the military. I don't want any other children to do what I did. And I didn't do such bad things. I just served
I have an idea.
immoral and evil people.
What about this idea? Only gay people are allowed in the military. That way, like two problems kind of take care of themselves at the same time.
How about we stop allowing the state governments to have an option of war? No more wars. It's just not an option anymore.
They would just call it all police action. It didn't militarize the police.
Actually, you're right. You're right, Hank. There'd be another twist, and that would be the answer. That's what's happening in the U.S. now. Donald Trump is creating his peacetime military, recruiting the ICE agency, and the ICE agency is there to enforce the enforcement agency. And all these agencies, they're just there to protect your freedom, so they say, as they kidnap people off the fucking streets. What? It's crazy.
Before identifying themselves at that, we don't even know they're
Right.
police.
Right. They're wearing masks, showing up as gangs, kidnapping people. And we have a government who is promoting this at the same time. There's an active war on the working class. This government shutdown, it's not just the people in charge. It's a lot of working class people who go to work and care about administrating whatever it is they do. And they got families to feed. And I understand many are going without paychecks, but the bank doesn't give a shit about that. The electric company doesn't give a shit about that.
Yeah, so what I'm afraid of what's happening is we somehow end wars and they'll fight against our language and get the thing they had the whole time and they call it something else and we had to start the process over again. I want to knock it all the way out. Don't want to just be sloppy and just change the name of the thing. We don't want them to perform.
Well, this is what I'm suggesting.
Something
new.
Guys, I don't think we can actually and I mean this in the most positive sense ever. Give me a little bit of credit here for at least thinking this in the most positive sense. I don't think we could end wars. And I say that with love.
Can we reduce them at least? How much can we reduce them?
I also, like, because if you think about it, you guys are just talking about reform. Reform isn't extinguishing prior. Reform and ending are completely two different things.
Okay.
I don't think you can reform the system. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, you guys, so don't believe me. But I'm pretty sure you cannot reform the system because anything you do must be reintegrated into the system.
Can we integrate safer so we don't have to kill as many people?
Here, there's a different perspective.
I don't think. I don't. It's so. Like if there was one cell tower, we could all probably take it down. But if there's 500,000 cell towers, you're never going to be able to reform that.
Well, here, I want to offer you a different perspective on these systems. Let's recognize that these systems are ideas. Okay? So whether it's reformed, redesigned, destroyed and built again, it's just ideas, right? We've got a world where people treat people like things. Why? Because money is important. Money's a thing. That thing is more important than you. I mean, legitimately, this is one of the regrets. What's that?
Do you know who Nipsey Hussle is?
I remember the name, yes.
Yeah, he tried to basically end gang wars in California, and the feds took him out. The feds killed him.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reform that the system already has in play that we're not talking about yet. We have our reform, they have their reform for our reform already, is my point. And you got to be careful, Jack. If you're actually serious about this, they'll take you out.
Well, I'm waiting on that, but so far I haven't had much success. And without success, I don't have anything to worry about. So if people, for Snafu and others, you guys want me taken down, get me some attention. Yeah, let them take me out.
That's funny.
I guess the Fed's telling us we're just incompetent since we're not taken out yet. So, come on, Feds, please do better.
Here, the reality is
they have slow kill methods. So yeah, go ahead, sir.
The reality is when I started when I started finding these ideas, I thought I was new and ahead of the times, and and then I look at history. The pattern is you confront the Fed and people get taken out. Well, the thing is, by this time of history, there's a lot of groups, well-known individuals. They're speaking out against everything. So the excuse of we can't try or else you'll get persecuted, so what? I mean, I think that's kind of the point anyway. God takes the bad in every story from the Bible. It's in life too. Things appear bad, but from the bad, and it is bad sometimes, but from the bad, there's a greater that emerges. I can't remember the examples I heard earlier today, but it's confirmation of me and my life. We go through times in life, and you pray for an answer, you pray for this miracle, this one exception, right? Just need one little thing, and it doesn't happen.
That sounds like LARPole.
It's a lot of people that we all face.
I don't know if
that.
you noticed. I don't know if you noticed, Jack, but did you ever see Arpole change his name to LARPole?
I did.
Dude, you want to know who told him to do that? It was me. He didn't
for
think
you.
it was me. He thought it was someone else. And when I said, dude, why'd you change your name to basically, you changed your name to what I said? And he goes, no, someone else said it. I said, no, they got it from me. And then now look at him now. He's changed his name back because he was embarrassed.
You've got an influence, apparently.
That's LARPole. That's LARPole for you. Dude doesn't know shit. Proven, time stamped.
You know what? Larpole, Arpole, he's been with me for a while. And I appreciate
He's a busy little boy. He's a busy boy.
This is the world we live in, dude. We are we are not
I bet LARPole won't come up on panel right now.
I don't think he has, but that's okay.
He has been on panel.
Yeah, he's been panel sparingly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, he's like a 5'3" Puerto Rican guy, so it's okay.
Why the ad hominem?
Well, I'm not sure what we're doing or why we're discussing these things.
I'm just dunking on LARPole right now. My son. Yeah. It's okay.
Right.
I'm over it.
I appreciate that. But it's interesting to me, the patterns that I see, because I'm pretty honest and open about what I'm hoping to accomplish and achieve. And I would obviously have greater success if I had people with me who wanted me to achieve what I want to achieve, or at least wanted to discuss what I want to achieve. And yet, what God has been showing me in my life over and over and over, what all of our job is, we got to make do with what we've got, right? Enjoy what you've got while it's here, because life is quick. It quickly disappears, quickly changes for sure, man.
Yeah, I hope so for Arpole's sake as well.
Tarek,
Jack.
welcome back.
I'm sorry, yeah, I got cut off a little bit, and I just want to say something. You know, sometimes Bronze Boy's got some good points, but for the most part, he's always on his like conspiracy theories. So when he tells you like, what's his name was killed by an FBI agent, Nipsey Hussle, he was killed by a regular human being. Eric Holder Jr. has nothing to do with the FBI, so I don't know where you got your information from. Just want to clear the record.
First of all, I didn't say FBI, and second of all, why are you so sensitive of something I didn't say? Why are you defending feds, bro?
What did you say?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What did you say? I'm just wondering.
Did
Just say
something
I
strike
got
a
it
nerve
wrong.
with you?
No, I'm just wondering. What did you say though? I'm just wondering. Who did you say killed them?
Yeah, go back and listen to it. You sound like you're. Yeah, you. Jesus Christ!
Here,
You sound like
tell
you're
you
in the
what,
past, Tarek. Could you get in the now a little bit more, please?
Okay, was it an agency though? How's that? Wait, how was it an agency or no? You said, didn't you say it was like some type of agency?
What is the point? Are you just trying to
Tarek,
prove them wrong, or are
I
you
respect.
trying?
No. Let me tell you what the point is, and I'll bring it back to you, Jack, and I'll be quiet. The point is, Bronze Boy sometimes likes to do these things and
Tarek,
throw things out there.
shut up,
And
Tarek. You asked me a question, dude. You asked me a question. What is this guy doing? What is Tarek doing? Listen, Tarek, I'm going to be respectful of your confusion right now. This show's not about you or your defense of FBI because nobody even said that. Let's get back to Jack. You can go back to your shack and shut the fuck up.
Thank you for
in
being
love.
respectful and deflection. Go ahead, Jack. Thank you. As you see, he lied.
Tarek, sincerely, my friend. A pattern I'm noticing, okay? And you're reminding me of this pattern, Tarek, but you're not alone in it. Something I've had to learn as well. We've got to learn when to disengage. This pattern of arguing, we miss the point so often just trying to be right. We'll hear something we disagree with or something something we disagree with. And then we take off after that detail and miss the bigger picture. And that is what life is about too, guys. Every day, every single day, the entire world is happening. But how many days do you get caught up in some little battle? And maybe it's not about a little battle. Maybe it's a big battle. You're battling for your marriage, your health, your home, whatever. In the bigger scope, though, what's it matter? What really matters is, well, everything, I guess. But at the same time, nothing matters more than God. And
I guess
guys,
we have to look at what we control. What can we do? What can we work with? That's what you can look at and stay there instead of all over this place doing all this bullshit.
Rick, no, thank you. That's exactly right. Even in these moments of chaos on the panels, right? That practice of acceptance, okay? Accept that this was said and that was said, and then pause. We don't have to engage in all these battles, right? And really, that's part of growing up. It's part of life, is learning how to adapt. I've mentioned some of these things in recent streams.
This is where meditation would come into play big time.
Thank you, Rick. Absolutely.
And when you look at your breathing, whenever you're in a tense state of mind, it's always shallow. And then what do we do at the end after we're done? We take a deep breath, right? And it feels so good.
Absolutely.
But we stop there. Why do we stop with just one deep breath? Why not keep it going and do another one? Again and again. And then you start to see, and then it starts to take over the breathing pattern. Immediately your thoughts will start to become lighter and less and less because you're going inwards. Whenever you do an activity like this, you're going outwards. Meditation will bring you back inwards, but it takes time for it to settle in.
That's a great reminder and a great explanation. Just that simple observe it for yourself, right? If your mind is feeling anxious, you're in the midst of something, you want to pause and detach and breathe in deeply and feel it. And feel that deep breath, and then why not another one? And then breathe another deep breath, and why not one more?
And then after that practice, you become conditioned to breathe by that practice.
Exactly.
In the highest state that you can, right?
Absolutely, man. And it is amazing. The gurus of the past, they've known these things, the breath, the connection between breath and life.
But it's gotten commercialized, though.
It has. It has. Here, Fire Drake. This is funny because this is my path. If it's true, which I think it is, God is using me. I'm an example. Okay. I'm an example for others to learn from because I do things a little bit different than others. And I don't always do it the right way, but I found ways that work for me. And massage, guys. Massage brings your mind into your body. That's what yoga is about. Sure, you can go stretch your body and put yourself into these different positions, and there's science that shows all of that stuff is good for you. But the whole point of yoga and meditation, it's to bring you into being you in a more relaxed, a more healthy state. right?
Jack, do you know how to put like a screen in the middle to where, like, if I say something, I want you to like get the word meditation on there, and then we sit there and we look at it. And then if I want you to add something to it, like you know how to do that, or
I'm sure there's a way to do that. I'm not.
otherwise I gotta get a whiteboard or do something like that. But I'm working on coming up with a way on how to present.
You know what? I'll ask and find out, because I'm sure in StreamYard it may be as easy as bringing up a PowerPoint page or something like that.
Right.
And we can do it. We'll do some cool stuff.
And I'll work on some other, just in case that doesn't work, then we'll like index cards or something like that. Just so we can get through them and go through them again, and we have that for reference. Because once we put it down once, it's there. And it's just up to us to look at it and adjust it the way we want to. And then we can get audience input onto it as well, overhead projector, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is the idea, is to get more visual support for what we're saying, what's being discussed. And here we've got another guest, and I believe this is safe. Kate Victory.
Hi, Jack.
Greetings. How are you today?
I'm good. And I see Tarek's up here. I'm usually on Tarek's live, so I thought I'd give it a chance.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I'm glad you've joined. Are you familiar with me, or are you new to me?
No, I've sent you messages in the past about Christian events near Washington.
Thank you. Okay, I thought the name sounded familiar, and now it's coming back. Thank you. Wonderful.
But we had a little bit of a disagreement over the Christian faith, before. So
Was that ever resolved?
No, because I sent you a whole bunch of videos on New Age and how it's opposite of the Christian faith, and I don't think you watched them. So
Okay.
I kind of felt disappointed.
Okay. I can understand that. But so you feel like you're showing me evidence of where I'm wrong.
Well, no, I just wanted you to watch these testimonies of people that have come out of the New Age and have come into the faith. So
Yeah.
I was hoping that you would watch them, but I think that maybe you thought I was trying to come against you or something. I don't know. You didn't want to watch them anyway. So
Yeah. And sorry.
well, that's okay. I mean, I just feel like maybe because this is very probably upsetting to you, but there's sometimes you're not in line with the scriptures, and if you and I know I don't want you to kick me off, but I would love to point out a few things if you let me.
Please.
Okay. For example, in the Bible, it says the heart is deceptively wicked. Who could know it? But you're online saying just trust your feelings and go with your heart. Wrong, because you could be led astray by your heart.
Right. And I don't say anything cautioning about that. I don't warn that you've got to be honest, that you've got to truly interrogate the thoughts. I mean, I explain my words. I know that.
Sure, but here's the thing:
disagreement.
God can grant you a new heart through just His Holy
Right.
Spirit.
Yeah.
And then you guard your heart so that you don't, go astray.
Okay. And where is God's law written?
Well, I don't want to go into the law so much as because you're all about love. So
well,
and I think the two new commandments are in the New Testament to love God with all your heart and your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
So that's basically I go by the New Testament.
Okay.
Now, So I don't go into the law and try to do what's right,
Well,
because we all fall short of the glory of God. Therefore,
okay.
we need God, what God did, his
Mhm.
righteousness, so that we give glory to him, because none of us are righteous save him. See?
Well, Kate,
Yeah.
what I was trying to, what I was trying to refer back to, because our topic was on the heart,
Yes.
and God's law is written in our hearts.
Yes, that's right. You got that one right.
Okay. And so recognize, even in the Bible, there's that contradiction. Okay. So what I'm suggesting is the interpretation of that. You go to the law, to the truth that God will place in your
Well,
heart.
okay, let's clear this up. God, Jesus was the living word of God. He is the truth. There is no other truth but him. When you're trying to find out if truth is subjective relative to man, you're going to fail. But when you realize that the truth of God is God himself, Jesus in the flesh was the word of God, the living word of God, then you're on the right track.
Kate,
Because man will fail you. Man will let you down.
Kate,
Yes.
okay, you're not proving anything, and what you're doing is kind of unconvincing, because I don't even know what you're trying to get me to believe.
So what I would like you to realize is that, what do you think it's just being a good or bad person gets you into heaven?
I think first we need to figure out what heaven means and what we're talking about, as far as good or bad, in the eyes of whom, and as far as what period of time.
So
what is
I
context?
can quickly say no. Being good or bad is not the qualification. The qualification is when you get to heaven, God will see what Jesus did on the cross through the blood of Jesus. He will see Jesus in you, his righteousness. Therefore, you have been set free. You've been saved through him. He will see that and let you in, not based on your merit of good or bad.
Okay. Can you understand that doesn't make any sense, Kate?
In what way?
You're saying that, as I understood you, because the question you said, what I remember is, do you have to be, is it good or bad that goes to heaven? And you answered that after we die, that the teaching and the sacrifice of Christ will be looked at through our heart to determine what, compared to what.
In other words, he paid. Okay, say you were going to go to prison, but then someone bailed you out. Jesus bailed us out.
Kate?
Yes?
I really, really wish you were trying to understand me more than trying to get me to
Okay,
understand you.
but you've said in the past you don't believe Jesus is the Son of God or equated to God. So I
Did
do
I
believe
say that? Did I say that?
I think so. I think you said you weren't sure whether the resurrection happened or.
Actually,
Jack, may I say something?
Sure.
Well,
I'm sorry to interrupt, Jack. God, no, I'll finish. I'll wait.
Yeah, let me address this just real briefly, because I already explained that my speech was creating room to be wrong. My faith in God is not determined by the factual, the proof of Jesus or the accuracy of the Bible. My faith in God is my faith in God. The
Yes,
rest is just explanations.
Well, I equate Jesus as the Son of God is equal to the Holy Spirit and to God. So there's that.
Right. And Kate, I know that God is everything. I know that Christ is everywhere.
Okay, so I disagree simply for the fact that there's believers and non-believers. Believers
Right.
are filled with the Holy Spirit. Non-believers only have their conscience. They're not filled with the Holy Spirit. So
Okay.
not everyone has the Holy Spirit. So there's a difference.
Okay. And what about those who just pretend to have the Holy Spirit?
Well, wow.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
yeah,
that would be scary to do that.
yeah.
Why
Good question.
a lot of them that are posing to be good people, posing
No,
to be
again, it's not about good bad dichotomy. It's about, do you have Jesus? Okay, he bailed you out of sin. If you accept him,
Kate.
you could get into heaven through what he did for you.
Kate,
Yeah.
through his way, his
Yes.
ways and methods, heaven is known, right? Heaven is experienced now. You go beyond the limits of time to the eternal presence that is with God in the here and now. And then when you and the Holy Spirit are here and now with God, you realize you need nothing. You
So
have
we live within the parameters of a sinful world. This world has fallen. Okay, it is a sinful world, and
Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, this is religion, and Kate, this is probably why I didn't check out your videos. Is you seem to be turning me to religion.
No, I'm opposite
Instead
of
of
that,
God.
Jack. I'm so much opposite of that. I don't go by the law or religion or doing certain things. I'm saying his love will fill you. That the Holy Spirit is his love filling you.
I know that.
Yes,
I'm living with
for that
that.
we agree. For that we agree.
Okay.
Thank God.
So, hey, welcome to you, Dusty. How are
But
you, my
not everybody has that, you see. Only the believers that have accepted him have that.
Can we
you
welcome
rank us in
Dusty?
order of most to least Holy Spirit?
What's that?
Can you rank us in order of from most to least Holy Spirit on the panel?
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead. It's a good question.
So first of all, you'd have to. Who here believes that Jesus is the Son of God and will save you? Save you?
I don't.
You can't tell?
How
No,
about
I can
this?
tell that I know I do, and I think Jack is confused. So, but I'm trying to like set him right here.
I think Jack
All
knows
right.
what he thinks.
But
Yeah.
before he kicks me out, I'm trying to get out as much before he kicks me.
I don't worry. I'm here to calm him down. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
how do you
because Aluma Tommy tried to do the same thing, but he said it in maybe more of
Tommy tried to calm him down?
He said it in more of an angry way, and I'm trying to be more loving about it.
Mm-hmm. How about this? Can I just say something real quick? Would you agree that, for example, that Kate maybe came here because Snafu got kicked off? So Snafu told Kate to come here and come and ask Jack these questions to put him down a little bit.
Oh
I
my
have
goodness!
no
I
idea.
don't communicate with Snafu. You know this, Tarek.
Okay,
All
how
right.
about Snow?
Let's
How about Snow?
here. It's all
All
right.
right, go ahead. I'll take it back. I'll take it back. I'll take it back.
No,
Kate's reached out to me before, so today's just a new day, and
sure.
But
it's the first time I've ever come on Jack's because I felt compelled.
Women don't normally come on Jack.
I really felt compelled. Nobody told me to come. I really get frustrated when I hear things that are not from the Word of God. When you
Kate, you guys have a disagreement,
just trust your
and
feelings. No, don't trust your feelings. They could lead you astray.
Kate, please don't overcomplicate it, and please do not underestimate me.
Okay, what if you had a feeling of lust? Are you going to go with your feeling of lust?
No.
No, of course not. You don't go by your feelings. You go by your beliefs.
Kate, your feelings are not lying to you. If you're feeling lust, it means you've got some lustful thoughts. Maybe they're even in your subconscious.
Right, but
and that's a sign, Kate. Again, if you understood what I was saying, we wouldn't have disagreements, I'm sure. Okay? Because what I'm suggesting is know yourself. know your feelings, but truly, part of our maturity and development.
Okay, so maybe you didn't communicate it well because you said go and follow your feelings. So did I misinterpret that?
How about this, Kate? This is okay. It's in my experience, that's what I've been learning, how the Holy Spirit speaks to me. It's through my feelings. Okay, but I've got to be honest about, is that my feeling or is that the Spirit? Is this a Jack anxiety? Is that a feeling of fear, or is this love drawing me into this? Because when you're following love, when the Holy Spirit is leading you and you are following love, your life changes. It's different.
Well, I agree with that. So maybe you didn't communicate it properly before.
That could be.
I think the concept of the Holy Spirit is not communicated properly because it's not defined. It's defined in a way that allows anybody to just designate it whatever the fuck they want.
It really, in a way, it is, but it is also defined in that part in Galatians. Patience and joy, and it's all the good qualities. That's the sign of the Holy Spirit. It's what a saint, right? Picture a saint, and that's the idea of one who's filled with the Holy Spirit. And Kate, the way I see the story of Jesus, his role fulfilled many, many different things. Okay, but he led the way.
I know, but the difference is you see him as a prophet or a teacher, and I see him as a savior, as God in the flesh. So
do you see him with you today and every day? I do.
Are you saying that you don't see him as a savior? You're saying you see him.
I'm saying he saved me, and through his teachings, I've learned that I need to stop destroying myself. I need to follow God.
I know, but still, you're leaving Jesus out of the equation. That's the problem.
No, Kate, each day my day starts. Before I grab the phone, before I do anything, I pause and I come to my senses, and I'm here. And luckily, I've got a life where I don't have to hit the alarm and hit the door and get to work and blah, 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 right?
Okay, I know, but do you believe he's a mediator between God and man, Jesus, the mediator? He did what he did. He did make that sacrifice. So I don't see him as just a teacher or a prophet. I see him as the savior of mankind.
Okay. And so expand on that. Where are we different?
Well, because I've heard you say you don't even believe in the resurrection. So that's a problem.
I know. I've said, if it turns out it's not true, because I don't know, there are stories that Jesus continued his life in India, that he was a damaged man, but he recovered from his wounds, and he continued teaching others. And then there's also stories that he may have had children, that Mary may have had some of his offspring, and that his bloodline had continued. There's a lot of stories and a lot of mysteries, and I sure as hell don't claim to be an expert.
Opinion. I just wanted to say that I believe he's sitting at the right hand of God on the throne of grace and mercy. And so therefore he is in heaven right now, interceding for us, basically. So you're saying you don't know what happened to him. I know what happened to him. He's up there in heaven.
You do know? How?
Yes.
How?
Just through reading the scriptures.
Okay, so you're reading a book. Yeah, a book that man wrote.
No. It was divinely inspired.
That's what you were taught. That's what you were told.
And if nothing else, Jesus is the Word of God, and He's living in heaven. He's so. If you want to look to the living Word of God, He is in heaven right now.
Okay, but Kate, how about this? Heaven is here. Jesus is here. God is here. Okay, beyond space, beyond time, there's no distance. It's not in the future. It's here and now, right? And we
well,
are,
we're living in, so
Kate,
we're in the world, but we're
Kate,
not of it. Okay, so the world
we
is
are, Kate,
so
very briefly, we are the living truth.
we are in this evil world, but we're not of it. We're not of it anymore if we're believers. Okay, so
Okay.
yes.
Well, didn't God create the world and say it was good?
Well, no, because see, the prince
Yeah.
of darkness rules this world, Satan. So you got
Who
that.
created Satan, Kate?
So he was a fallen angel from God.
But who created Satan?
And here, please pause. Yes, God
Yeah.
created. God created it all.
The
light and
angels,
the dark.
but he happened
And
to
so,
fall as an angel. So
yes, Kate. And here on the world that was the fallen world, right? God allowed the world to be claimed by the fallen angels. So in this world, we have the king of darkness, and God gave us the Prince of Peace in the likeness of a man, right? So that we could know God through this ambassador, right? Jesus became the ambassador for us, right? So he's there at heaven waiting to be lived through us. We are the living truth that God has brought forth, just
Well,
as
no,
Jesus
he's not
was.
waiting. We could experience him now if we want.
That's what I'm suggesting.
Yes, there you go. I'm just helping you to say your words correctly.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling maybe I'm being a little bit presumptuous here, like, but I think we have some understanding, but it's just that the words need clarification.
Do we have an understanding? Because you just said we have an understanding, but it needs clarification. That doesn't make sense.
I know. Well, it's just the way he says it sometimes. And
Don't worry, Kate. All these other people are filled with demons.
Yes, I agree. We all have demons. He's right.
No, actually,
Derek might actually be.
Well, okay, say you were filled with demons, but then you believed in Jesus, and then you got baptized. In other words, you got dunked underwater. So the old you dies, and then you come up out of the water, and the whole Spirit of God enters you, and you're like a new creation. You're called a new creation in Christ. So you're living now by the Spirit of God, and not the flesh that was the old sinner.
This is my issue with Christianity: is it's very anti-human.
Well, no, of course you don't want
What's
to be
wrong
that
with
old
flesh?
sinful
Flesh
human
is
anymore.
bad.
You want to be a new creation in God.
I do like being a human. I think that any religion that teaches you to hate the world and hate yourself, and look for the afterlife, look for death, is a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
But look, the spirit, the spirit of a believer goes to heaven, where the spirit of an unbeliever goes to hell forever.
Maybe,
Tortured by demons forever. So.
Kate, what we're supposed to know is that following Jesus, we live in heaven now. The kingdom of heaven, it is here and now. It's not some far off place. It is where you get it. And it comes in layers, just like the
I disagree with
truth.
that, because life is
I
not
know
a bed of
you haven't.
roses.
Maybe you haven't experienced heaven like I have.
Well, no, you can experience yes, you can experience it partly, but we don't. I mean, obviously the world is corrupt, and we know this.
So what? When you're with God, there is no problem.
Well, correct. You have Jesus, so you have faith, but you still have to walk. You still have to walk amongst, what's going on in the world.
Yes, we get to walk in this world. We don't have to be of the world, made up for the world. We don't have to play our parts in the world, but we are here. And when we humble ourselves, when we give ourselves to God, the idea of the baptism is just what Kate was saying. You get rid of yourself, you wash yourself clean, and you come forth renewed, a renewed spirit in the image and likeness of God, and you walk with that devotion. The message of
correction,
Jesus.
it's not that we wash ourselves, he washes us. So
I don't want any dude to wash me.
Yeah, me either.
I know it sounds so crazy, doesn't it? But it's possible to those who believe.
Possible.
I think you worship. I think you're telling. No offense. The way I hear it from you, it sounds like a fairy tale, and it sounds
know
like
it
something
sounds
you
crazy,
believe in. But I
but
don't think you actually know what. You don't know what I'm talking about. That's for sure.
well, I know, I understand it. It's just sometimes I
Well,
misunderstand what you're saying.
I
But
know. I could definitely use some help communicating, helping people. I could use translators for me sometimes, I
have you
think.
ever done the baptism
Got
of
you. Just
the dunking and the coming up out of the water?
God
Yeah.
help me.
Yes, but
Where's
I
yeah?
think it happened when I was a child with my mother, and
Yeah.
then I've done it, but I didn't require a pastor to do it. I didn't require anyone else to do it. Maybe I didn't do it with witnesses, but it kind of ties back to what I was saying earlier. When I wake up each morning, I invite Jesus in. Be with me, my Lord. Be with me today as I celebrate today and live today in your name, your ways. May you be here to guide me so that I know
That's
the
good.
will of God.
Yeah, that's good, Jack. You're on the right path.
I feel
Oh, you
like
think
it.
so?
I really do feel like it, Kate.
I
Jack,
just
what is
wanted
it?
to encourage you and maybe clarify some things. That's all.
Thank you,
Your
Kate.
heart and care is clear. Thank you, Kate.
A question: what's up with this water thing? Like Christians, they do the baptism thing, and then Muslims go to Mecca and they get this holy water to spray it. Like, do you see like a connection there? Like, what does this water do?
Water is life. It's
Yeah,
another
no, I get it.
image of
Yeah.
life from God. God is so mysterious, guys. God, the creator of us, the Father that Jesus spoke of, the God who I know, it's the one that's behind all of these mysteries. Light, the sun in the sky. I mean, you can take the story of Jesus as though it is a perfect tie. I see why they brought in the pagan tradition of the solstice and celebrating the birth of the Son of God. It makes perfect sense because
Yes.
that sun in the sky is majestic. So is that water that preserves us, the water that carries and cleanses the memories of life.
Okay, that makes sense right there because water does have a memory.
I think those are
I
the
just
two requirements for life is the energy of a sun and water. And I think the two go together. And so it's very likely there's signs and forms of life throughout the physical universe. And we just know what we know. But I think we're at
yeah.
a time, the development of mankind, we are at this time where it would be logical. God and society would produce more variety. We're going to have more people leaning towards the spiritual path, more people leading towards the spiritual path. We've had individuals in the past that we're there to learn from. And Jesus is the one I keep going back to.
He says, if you drink from this living water, you'll never thirst again. In other words, he provides living water. He did provide living water to the prostitute. And yeah, it's wonderful.
Isn't that, do you think that's more than the nourishment of wisdom?
I believe it's the words, the living word is brings you, how should I say, it's more than just words on a piece of paper. It's like the living word. It brings you life and health and vitality.
Yeah.
Religious
Isn't that,
platitudes make no sense once you start to try to unpack them.
Yeah,
until they do. Until they do. You're absolutely right. A lot of this stuff,
All right, Jack. Is the living water living word the living word, or is that the same thing?
Yes, that's right, Flo.
What is a living word?
That? Yeah, it's
And how's it different from a normal word?
it just it I don't even know how to describe it. Brings you
Nobody
life.
does. It doesn't make any sense. That's exactly what I was saying.
Doesn't make no sense at all. He's correct.
This is why, well, the way I see it, it does. The living truth, the living truth is what we are.
So now water is truth or water is word is truth. These are all interchangeable here.
You can
No,
transform your
water,
mind with
water
the
is a
renewing of the
different
word.
one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
But they're all
word
living.
renews your mind.
Water does have a life.
Yeah.
Water lives.
Is there dead water?
I
No.
would say yes.
Is there dead truth?
Ooh. There is truth in the absence of truth. That is it.
Guys, water is water, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly my point. I think that's what even Dusty was hinting, like living
Right.
water, regular water. It's whatever people are saying with the word.
Sorry, back to the quote from the Bible of drink of the living water. For me, what I interpret that as wisdom. And that's kind of what Kate was saying. It's not just the words, it's the words that build you and make you stronger. Well, that's the truth. So this is where, to me, God is the truth. And we are the living truth.
There can be untrue words that make you feel good.
Yes.
So love bombing is not true.
It truly happened.
It does truly happen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be flattery, and that's not. Yeah, that's not good.
So Jack's metric needs to be reevaluated. I don't think that you can have inanimate objects be living. That doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
And I don't think that truth is a characteristic of a claim. It's not a thing independent of a claim.
Correct.
So
It's
to say
truth,
capital T truth, that's nonsensical.
Well,
what's the opposite? You would just have subjective truth according to everybody's interpretation.
Well, true. What is something being true or not is situational.
You see, that's what not. I don't believe that. I believe there's one truth.
Are there? Okay.
You do?
Which one is it? Where is the truth? The one truth that covers everything.
Yeah, it's like I said, in Jesus, the living word.
Holy cow!
In Jesus? Okay.
I know. It's because
So if I ask you who's the biggest loser to ever live, Jesus is still the true answer to that?
He's the answer for everything.
So
actually, that's you.
All right.
If you trust in
well,
man
congrats.
or
You
woman,
just called Jesus a loser.
The man or woman will fail you, but God will never fail you. So if you trust in man,
God is the truth.
It's not gonna work out.
God will never fail you.
Why do you think it's a good message to tell people not to trust each other? You can never trust each other.
Because it's true. Like people do some crazy things.
No, you have a toxic, seditious mindset and it's masquerading as benevolence.
That happens.
So,
I won't say Kate
who's the person
has
that
it,
you trust in this world, and they
there's
never
lots
fail
of people I trust in this world.
and they never fail you?
They're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect either.
There you go.
They fail
Nobody's
me.
Perfect.
They do good way more than they do bad. So one little failure in the midst of a tons of successes is, I mean, your perspective is so negative.
Well, we live in a sinful world. I wish we didn't, but we do.
Is that what God says? Does God say that?
There's even murderers out there. There's even
we know that, Kate.
You're
know
glad
that murders, yeah.
And
hey,
does
Dusty,
God want you to be negative and mopey and hate the world and hate your life and hate the people around you?
Well,
that's what religion wants.
It's sad, but we do. I mean, I think we can blame Adam and Eve, right, for that one.
Yeah, demons, they exist.
You're responsible for your own shitty attitude. Jesus had what two commandments basically, and you're running around saying you can't trust anybody, people suck, and you think that you're Christian, huh?
Both are
Well,
true.
yeah, because I'm just going by what God says. You can trust God.
No, you're
totally,
not.
but
You're
you can't
ignoring it.
trust
Not if you're a
man or
Christian. You're
woman.
not. What were the two things Jesus said to do?
Thank you.
Come
Well,
on.
he said to love,
Here.
but trust is a whole other ballpark.
Here, give her just a moment, please. Dusty, this is yours on the screen from Frosty Salon.
Right on. Thank you for the
I don't know
super
what
chat.
it is.
Says, the living water is the tree of life that gives both eternity and happiness. Well, that makes no sense at all. The word is what comes from the logos to instruct us through the Spirit.
That is very true.
Exactly.
Not the water though. No, what I'm saying, the logos.
Well, I think we're mixing stuff up.
Eternity
So
and happiness.
it's not just water as in plain water. It's like infused
Okay.
with life.
Okay. Can I say just one thing about the water thing? Let's just take all the Muslims that go to Mecca every year to go for their pilgrimage and they do the holy water. Take all the Christians that do the baptism. How many Christians and Muslims are all corrupted? The water has done nothing to them. So what does the water have to do with it?
No, wait.
You see, it's not about the water.
Here, please. The Bible points to both sides. You can find confusion and revelation in the words. The living truth.
Pick your own ending.
Yeah. The thing is the Bible actually kind of explained a lot of things that I was experiencing. And once I started leaning into the ideas of there being God and love, I'm all in. I mean, I'm a perfect candidate. What's God going to do with a character like me? Am I going to continue this path? Am I going to end up homeless and broke and cold and alone?
We're there for it, Jack.
I know. Hey, welcome to you, Dub.
Right on, thanks. I had one quick question. So my neighbor told me this question. He happens to be a non-practicing Jew. I'm Christian. He said, "If you would you rather be correct or happy?"
Okay.
Powder Dusty, what do you think? Correct or happy?
I don't know how happy you could be. I mean, I think that the two have to go hand in hand to some extent. Otherwise, because if you're incorrect, then you're going to run into the issues caused by the incorrectness in life. I would probably say happy. If I can only be one.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, correct means that you're being truth, right?
Interesting.
So if you don't want to be correct, then that means you don't want to be true.
No, not necessarily. So I approached it this way though. Let me just say that, and then it's an interesting conversation.
Because he said you want to be correct, or what else?
I told them that I wanted to be correct, and then the reasoning behind that is going to point back to like things like the prophets, who basically it didn't seem like they were very happy, but they're correct even still. So to find, I mean, you just made an interesting point, Dusty, to where what if you found out later on in your life that you were completely incorrect and had no way to make a correction to your incorrectness?
You'd be
and then
unhappy.
it's like,
That happened.
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
let me just clarify. The reason I chose happy over correct is it's not my instinctual choice, but if I look at my life and say drug addiction and shit, right? I seem to have chosen happy in the past. So I think that that's probably a more honest answer if I'm trying to look at myself from the outside.
That's pretty good for you. Good for you.
In the present.
Myself, I kind of tied it to where I started with. What I found is most healthy is let the truth be all that you want. I would much rather be accurate. if I know I'm inaccurate, I don't find much happiness. But I have been blissfully dumb, blissfully wrong a lot.
Yeah, good point there. Yeah, because if you are like ignorant of something, then you will think you're correct. But then, you know, it could turn out later that you weren't. And you just acknowledge that, Dusty, which I think is good. But, you know, to think about the question and give it some good pondering, it's a very interesting question, you know. It really is.
Well, you could be happy with $50 million, but is your soul going to heaven?
You wouldn't be happy because listen to you. Like,
right?
you just got $50 million, but
well, because
I mean, it's an interesting point that she's making. If you go a little bit more than just the skin deep on it, if you had $50 million and ended up with your own island, you can end up like, you know, that guy who went to jail and did whatever happened to him. So, but so in essence, nothing's gonna make you happy. You will do the most vile garbage.
I'm just saying, if you gain the whole world but lose your soul,
we know. I mean, it's been well established that human psychological well-being is maximized while we're making progress on our goals. It's not once we've achieved them; it's while we're making progress. So if you've got everything right, that's why there's so many millionaires, super rich people that are miserable. And super rich people who keep pursuing more, right? It's a psychological disposition that's human. So I don't think that we could actually be happy without problems to fix.
I want to try it. I want to see what it's like without problems to fix.
I'm pretty sure you'll fail at it, but I'm not too worried about it.
Actually, I want to swing back to something Kate was saying right before we changed the topic. The conversation of, can you have love without trust? Because that idea of the commandment of Jesus is love one another, yet many people are taught don't trust anyone. So how do you overcome that, Kate? The love and trust.
Well, I haven't been so successful. I mean, I'm not married. So I guess you know, people have let me down. Friends have let me down. So I'm probably not the one to ask about trusting people.
Well, I actually think that's part of the problem, part of the disservice our churches and religions have done is we haven't learned how to trust each other. We've learned how to align with people who have common enemies, common rules maybe, but Jesus was the groundbreaker, man. He was the one to show the path forward because he came to the group of the Hebrews, the Israelites, the Jews, who they saw the world as they were their own, right? It was just them and everybody else. And Jesus walks in and says, no, right? Love your neighbor. And your neighbor is anyone who has a need, really.
Love is like a fart. If you have to force it, it's probably shit.
Oh, God.
Nice one.
Hey.
Well, yes, to be of service to others is a good thing. I agree. Yeah.
This is just getting lost in like definitions, I think. We're just like going on imagination. There's nothing experiential that we can like actually latch onto. Or, like, it's just
well, you could go out and feed the homeless, and I think that's being of service, you know.
I want to go out and eat the homeless. Fuck that.
Well, so there's different ways to
make sure you bring a dental dam.
And I think also too that I should be able to trust other believers as Christians, but even then, there's the occasional one that'll let you down, you know. So,
what is the best thing that happened to you today, Kate?
What's that?
What's the best thing that happened to you today, Kate?
To be on Jack's.
Right on.
Thank you.
Just got to practice that, right? Like you're so entrenched in like, I guess I don't know you. I've met you. I've talked to you for 15 minutes, but all I've seen is just like you're entrenched in a negative outlook.
I don't think
Well,
Craig
That's not
no,
true.
I
That's
have
your
a
view
hope
of it.
though. I have a living hope
That's your
inside
view
of
of it,
me.
though, Dusty.
Well, and there are a lot of
That's your
beliefs.
view.
You always she keeps saying, "I believe, I believe." Well, how come you don't say, "I know this, I know this"? How come it's, I believe, and then it's
Well, but
wishy
I
washy
guess
and nothing supports it?
I'm just
There's no
I'm a little
confidence. There's
nervous.
no
But
authority
anyway,
behind
I
it.
have a living hope within me, and that living hope is Jesus, and that I have an inheritance in heaven.
The
So.
hope is not going to do
Jesus
anything
fucking
for you.
Christ.
What is hope going to do for you?
these
You have
Hope
no
is everything.
experience.
Hope is like where your spirit goes after
So,
you die.
Kate, can I ask you a question, Kate? Like, I understand you're a Christian,
Hope means you have no
but
trust.
I know. Here's the question, Kate. Like,
Sure.
I'm assuming, because you're a Christian, all non-believers, if they don't believe in Jesus, go to hell, right? So if me and Dusty, another person, and anybody else doesn't believe in Jesus, and we're great, good people, we're all going to hell, correct?
I know that's really sad. I know.
Okay,
Wait
but
a second,
what
though.
kind
Who
of
said
God?
you were? Who said you were great? Who said you were
No,
great and good?
well, I'm just as hypothetical.
just for
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah, conversation. I didn't say I was great or good. I'm just saying. So if she said this is sad, would you think a good God would do that? Like, hey, it's sad. I'm just going to burn you guys in hell because you don't believe in Jesus.
Well, he offered us everything, but we messed it up. As you know, the story of Adam and Eve. We
Why
messed
did
it
he
all
make
up.
us? Why did he fuck up making us?
Well, no, we had the choice. We chose wrong. We chose.
If I'm a manufacturer and I make a car that blows up every time you turn the keys in the ignition, that's not the car's fault. That's the manufacturer's fault.
Because he wanted us to love him freely, not because we're robots or anything. He just
Then
wanted us.
why did he design us in a way that half of us wouldn't love him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, he gave us a choice and we messed it up.
Okay.
So now
Didn't you say the flesh is weak?
Yeah, but I mean, your temperament, your mindset, your disposition emotionally is not fixed. God could have set the set point anywhere, and God chose to make people's temperament such that boom, half of you will love me and half of you won't. That's on him.
No, he didn't say that any one of us could choose him. But
God is
will all of us choose him?
Well, no. Well, I would hope so, but not. It's not likely.
Actually, it would be
already
very
made the answer to the
likely
question, though. The answer to the question was you said that you would rather be happy rather than correct. So you chose. You wanted happiness.
No,
Be happy
the
for
happiness
the
is
life that you
relative.
get.
Happiness is a fleeting emotion. No, I would choose joy, but not
Right. But the question was do you want to be happy or do you want to be correct? Right. So he chose happiness. So happiness is going to be that you would deny the son, and therefore you're incorrect.
Was
and
I
so
making
you
a
get your
choice?
happiness from his life.
Was the question a choice or an observation?
Well, you can choose temporary happiness. You could get a Lamborghini and be temporarily happy with
a what?
Well, no, it's a choice, though. It's a choice. Yeah.
I thought
It's free
I
will.
answered it as if it was an observation, a self-observation.
However, if you want lasting peace and joy, then that's different spiritually. If you just want
you just say things, Kate. You just say
can-
platitudes. These are all platitudes. They're vapid
Not sure
platitudes.
what
They have no
platitudes
meaning
are,
to them.
Oh yeah, well you're a platypus.
Yeah, well you're an F-slur. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, this is all indoctrination. This is let's just follow the book, follow any book, memorize it, and just see what it says. And a man wrote it, and we're gonna believe it to the T.
I agree. Dr. Seuss wrote Green Eggs and Ham, and I like them too now.
Do y'all think the
but
Bible is a
be
false
more
idol?
positive here. If this is the truth, and people have experienced this, then
I think it's a true idol. Okay.
No, God is not an idol. There are idols made
Not
of
God.
stone.
See, that was an interesting response. I asked about the Bible, and you said God.
I said God is not an idol. Idols
Is the
made of
Bible
stone.
an idol?
Like, say for example,
Probably.
What is that religion where they have that little Buddha thing?
She's just gonna walk right past it.
Buddha.
Yes, deflecting.
That can fall apart and break, but God is unbreakable.
What about the Bible? Is the Bible an idol?
Which part?
How is God's word an idol? It's his word.
Because people seem to think that this book will give them everything they need to know about knowing God.
Yeah,
Have you read
that's why
it?
they call it His Word.
I have read it.
That's why the
whole
living word
thing?
is indestructible. And Jesus is
My
indestructible.
goodness,
The
you could
living
pay
word.
attention for that long? I'm shocked, Dusty.
It
Shocked.
was a long time ago.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
There we go.
It was
Stop with
meth.
the bullshit.
Well, if you take any, well, you can take any scripture and we can look at it and see if it's true.
Okay. What about in Matthew when Jesus said that he would be back before the end of this generation?
That would, I've heard of that philosophy before, but I believe
It's not a philosophy. It's a red letter verse in Matthew.
he did already come back, and then now he's in.
No, this was after the resurrection. He said he would be back. The second coming would be before the end of that generation.
So you
see,
read the Bible,
I've
but
heard
did
of
you
this.
understand what you were actually reading?
There's an offshoot that believes this, but
Do you think I didn't understand something?
Yeah, I do.
Which part?
You don't understand what it means when he says that he will come back before the next generation passes.
What do you mean? So you think I'm confused because we came to different conclusions? What do you think generation means if it's not generation?
I think it means something else, and you missed the mark. So you probably should maybe read it again. Is that okay?
Okay. What does when the word generation is used other places in the Bible? Does it mean colloquially a generation, or is there some secret meaning for it?
Is there a deeper meaning to it? Yes, there is.
Or are you inventing a new meaning for the word because it didn't come true?
No, I'm not. You just don't understand what that means.
All right, then
Maybe
explain it to me.
No, I'm not going to explain it to you. I'd like you to take your own journey, and you can go.
Hold on. Dub, this is nonsense. Okay, you're just going to declare a victory. No, you're wrong. No explanation. Go read the book. So maybe you'll get the same interpretation I do. This is nonsense.
Why don't you explain it instead of just sit here and gaslight me?
Jack, what's your interpretation?
I'm sitting here listening to, I don't know what. I don't know what.
Demons for Christ.
It's
Dub. What's it mean?
Jack,
do you believe in the Bible?
What was your interpretation, Jack?
I want Dub's interpretation. He's the one that knows that I'm wrong. What the fuck does it mean?
Yeah, that part of he's supposed to return. I don't know what it means. I have my interpretations of the overall meaning, but what each little part means, I don't claim to fucking know or care.
You don't care about the Bible?
I don't care about what's irrelevant to me. And whether or not...
Why are you so angry, Jack? Goose Frava.
Dub, what's it mean?
Well, to me, I believe he's
study
returning.
a little bit more, Dusty.
I'm not going to study. I'm not going to study it. You can tell me now, and you can tell. And there's 100 people watching. Probably. Are you going to let all of them not know what the true meaning of it is?
Please
just look it up on Google.
There's a subset of Christianity that believes that he already.
But Kate, don't answer anything. Flostate's trying to pigeonhole him. He's got a right to.
All right, let it go, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
What movie is that from? Rant?
Anger Management.
There we go.
Do you know that
Anger
when he comes back, he'll come back as a roaring lion of Judah?
Holy cow.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a book that man-made, wrote, and you think everything in it is true. Is that what you're saying, Kate?
Yes, but as you can see, there was something there where I know where they were going with it. There's a subset of Christianity that believes that he somehow came.
100% of Christians that I know think that they can redefine words as they wish. Dub is obviously one of them. If you ask a Christian for evidence or for where the Old Testament talks about Jesus, they'll go, "Here he is. He's a lion. He's a rock. He's a house. He's the lamb. He is anything." You'll choose any noun that you come across and say that's Jesus.
Yes. Because that's kind of the message, dude.
It's like a metaphor. It's the rock is a metaphor. The lion is a metaphor.
Yes, and please, it's all pointing at things, and the biggest thing it's all pointing at is God. Now, if we want to understand God and the personality of God, we were given the image of Jesus and told that that's the likeness, that's the God that we should know. And what it was that, as Dusty said earlier, what was the commandment from that guy? Love. Love God. Love your neighbors. And it's written in the Bible that, that which you do to the least of me, you do to me. The people in prisons, the poor people, the old people. Christ is in there. And that actually supports to disagree with what you were saying, Kate, because I suggest there's a spark and the Spirit of God within all of us, despite our religion.
Let me ask you this, Jack. You'd be able to answer it, because if I said something like, "Is there such thing that you would consider an Elvis generation?" Right? Would you understand what I'm talking about?
I think so, roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, does that span across multiple generations as we know it? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then, similarly, you can go back and read and look at it from that lens and possibly gain a little better understanding.
Did you
Yeah?
say
Is that fair?
Elvis generation?
Yes.
Like people who listen to Elvis? Right. Okay. So that's the sense he was. Okay. So even if we apply that, we're well past 100 years at max of people that would be the Elvis generation.
No, you're listening to people right now cry his name out, but you're just not
Okay,
listening.
so that's the fucking thing. So generation here means as long as Christianity is a thing, then once it stops being a thing, I'll come back.
Okay, so we can take it a step further,
It's
though. On
infallible. It literally cannot be proven wrong ever.
Dusty, you're incorrect there, because there's what is known as the time of the Gentiles. Okay, the fullness of the Gentiles. Anyone who's read before will know that is true.
I've heard that.
I would
now?
And I wouldn't say it's exactly right now. I would say that's very right around the corner. However, you need to go reread and look at it from this lens. And
You don't
might
need to
actually
assign
have a
any
mind
homework,
change.
you smug motherfucker.
Oh, well, I like your language skill. I could play that game too. I like that.
You know what's smug? Talking about the Bible every day and you don't believe in it. What do you have to prove? What do you have to gain? Who do you work for?
I'm surrounded by morons.
You are of your father, the devil, who is a liar and a meth head since the beginning.
What do you mean?
There we go.
what do you
Now
have
we're
to
conflating. Come on, man.
All of you
Adhan.
dumb fucking cult-headed Christians with your Jesus, it's a zombie religion.
Wait, Dusty, are you saying you still listen to Elvis? I want to know that question.
Please.
No, I don't listen to
Guys,
Elvis.
I want to thank Jack
your
for having me
audio
up, and
Are you trying to bring us to Satan?
Please.
No, I don't. I think that's just as bad as Christianity, if not worse, but it's even edgier.
Okay, I just want to thank Jack for having me up, and I'm going to let you guys, because this seems like it's going off track.
Did I scare you off from your platitudes?
Maybe.
Well, I want to figure out, because there's a subset of Christianity that believes in this thing where he already came back after some, like, way back, but he did come back in that he went to Thomas touched his side, remember that? And but not to where he's going to come back way in the future. Oh, hi.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you joining.
I just wanted to thank you for having me up.
Hey, thank you for joining and bringing the feedback and the discussions. I receive your feedback with care and intention, but please, I encourage you.
Thank you.
Keep your mind open, my friend. I'm going to thank you, Kate. I encourage
for having no resolve. Christians throughout all of history have been martyred for their beliefs. You run away at a question.
Why do you care?
It's not.
Well,
Why do you
I'm
care
just
what
still.
I care about?
I'm
It ran away.
trying to wonder if you are a listener of Elvis. Is that generation still? Is it still like going on? Do you only know his top 2 songs, or like do you know a bunch of them? Or
What are you talking about? I don't
This
listen
is
to
are you
not
the
Elvis.
going anywhere,
generation of
man.
Elvis? Are you the
I'm
generation
not
of
in the
Elvis
Elvis
still?
generation, and your redefinition is intellectually dishonest.
No, that's not intellectually dishonest at all. That's one of the best
It's definitely
similes or whatever
intellectually
you want to
dishonest.
call it I've ever had.
Look, you don't get to redefine words to force your false beliefs to fit.
But you can.
If you're a liar.
How? How? Yeah, how?
Actually, well, here. I know how this sounds, but I actually think that is why we are here. We are here to redefine some of the things. We're here to create new definitions, new meanings. And that totally defies those who are religious. I realize that. But I don't think the interpretations of the Bible taught down through the churches and religions, I don't think they're accurate. I know. Who am I? Who am I to say that? But look at the results. That's who I am to say. The results of the divisions from religion, economics, politics. We've got mankind at war with itself, and we don't know. We don't know. Here, I can say that. I'm speaking of we because I'm not an expert in history or anything, but the majority of us, we don't have a clue. We don't know what is or is not true about the past. Dusty, for you.
Dusty, please repeat the mantra whore crown of weed to yourself.
I don't know.
We need to use you as a tool to help Jack reach the Trinitarian doctrine to reach the Trinitarian doctrine to every church. Thank you for the dono. I don't know what this means, but
I don't either. And I think you had another one too. I don't know if you saw it.
What was that? I didn't get to see it.
From
I didn't get
Frosty
to see
as
it.
well.
Can you bring the other one up, please? I want to see. I want to see if I can decipher.
Hold on a
whatever
second. Let me read
language
this
they're
one
speaking.
first. Dusty, please repeat. Wait, that's the one we just read.
That's the one we just read.
Yeah.
This is the one I think you missed.
Okay. To be honest, we are so far away from what is a common premise. The only people who have something in common are married, gay, or belong to an edgy teenage group. Don't let preachers fool you on all humanity. Thank you for the donation.
Right? And this was the other one. Who was asking? Dub, I think.
Yeah. Let me study that one really quickly. That seems to be really deep.
Please
That's what she said.
Repeat the mantra or crown of weed to yourself. Use you as
he's just this person is referring to how the fact that you were once a person who used drugs and trying to use you as a tool to wake up Jack, apparently, because Jack's not.
I'm pretty sure that they got the entirely wrong drug. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, here. And there's another one from Chuck.
Can you believe part of the Bible, but yet discard the rest? Either all is true or all is false thoughts. I disagree with that. The Bible is too big and too self-contradicting. You have to disregard some parts that contradict the others.
Which part?
Well,
the meaning of generation, for one.
We've got to accept there's some things we may not fully understand what the author meant. Right?
That's and these books are just instruments. And how, when and where we apply them is up to our discernment. It's not just you take something out of page 45 and this is reality.
Yes.
And that's what everybody's doing. They're taking it very literally. And it's not meant to be. There's no dance in it. It's all stiff. And existence is not stiff.
No, but that's funny because you're saying that I can't take the word generational literally. I mean, you're taking it literally. but I'm saying
Yeah.
it's
I'm
something
not.
else.
I'm not just
So-
using it just to communicate to you an idea, but I'm not taking it literally. How else am I going to explain it without using that word?
But so you use the word generational as a literal term, though.
I didn't
right?
use generational. When did I
Okay,
use
so
generational?
Dusty did. So then Dusty, it
Yeah.
seemed like you're
I
agreeing with
apologize.
Dusty, or you're disagreeing with Dusty, but then at the same time, you're agreeing with me at that point. So we're in a conundrum.
It comes back to that other part. You got to take parts of it, let other parts of it go, I think.
But I mean, like, for instance, the announcement of the birth came before conception in Luke and after conception in Matthew. When the angel announced to Mary that she would carry Jesus, right? There's errors all throughout the Bible, or self contradictions.
It's not necessarily an error at all.
But there's things that do contradict.
Listen,
There are contradictions in
He
the Bible.
studied it so that you wouldn't believe, okay?
Can you point to?
Yeah, I studied it and I found that it's full of errors and contradictions. What do
He's
you mean?
he's trying to save you from Jesus.
Where's the experience in all of this?
Jesus is the one that's going to throw you into hell if you don't do what he wants you to, right? It sounds like you need saved from Jesus.
He's going to save you from Jesus, okay? Take you straight to hell where his daddy is.
So Rant, can you explain to me how the Mary visited how the angel visited Mary before and after to tell her for the first time?
Not weapon, but words as a method of confusion. So that is as a weapon. There's no clarity in anything of what you guys are saying. What are you guys talking about?
Here, yeah, I don't know. I think I was trying to change. I was trying to change the direction just a little bit, an observation on what I think the Bible is pointing
for a
at.
long time I've been trying to absorb it and trying to get some traction. And where can I get some traction on it? I apologize.
First off, you have you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should probably start there and understand using your ears is better than actually using your mouth in this situation. Yeah.
We might have some lag issues too.
I've been listening more than I've been talking this whole time. So
yeah,
thank you.
And if people listen to you too much, they'll lose the meaning of words entirely.
Well, here, what if, right? The bigger picture, take all of it and just throw it all together, the contradictions and everything. I think what it's showing us is we are multidimensional, made in the image of the universe, and we are far greater than we realize, but it requires the connection to the higher power. But in mankind's or the devil's plan, mankind has been reduced from multidimensional to 3-dimensional to 2-dimensional. Everyone wants to live out of a book, either a Bible or a code or a constitution or some sort of rules that someone else wrote. And I think we're supposed to overcome that stuff, to be honest.
I'm with you.
That's what I figured.
So I got a question though, because I'm very interested in linguistics since we're talking about that in a way. If I said, "Hey Dusty, you're a crack smoker," or "You're smoking crack," and then I said, "Hey Rick, you're smoking crack," but only one of you has actually smoked crack, so now we have 2 definitions of what it actually means.
No, we have one liar. We have one liar in that situation. We don't have 2 definitions.
It was meth then. I don't know. You said you were a drug user. I don't know what.
If only one of them smokes crack, but you just said both of them smoke crack, the issue isn't the definition. The issue is you making the claim.
No, it's actually you admitted to being a drug user. So pick whatever drug you've done, and I could say you've been doing whatever that drug is, and then I don't know if Rick has, but I could just say it in a meaning that says what you're saying makes no sense.
When you say that Rick is smoking crack, since you don't have any idea if he's smoking crack or not, you're a liar at that point.
No, because actually, I'm
Right.
just saying your points are incoherent, and I
Whoa,
can't
whoa, whoa,
understand anything that you're saying.
whoa.
That's what
Are
it
you
means
sure
whenever
I'm the one
somebody.
smoking crack here?
Yeah, you're revealing you, Dub, describing you, what you're
Oh,
doing here.
really? Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Jack.
So
You're
you're
So you don't
hold on.
understand.
in the
Dub, you really
present,
think that you can
moment.
say two people are smoking crack when only one of them is smoking crack, and that the word changes meanings, and you're not a liar in that situation? That's fucking nuts.
The
No,
example is not
I can
making
say
sense.
Dusty is Dusty smoking crack, and literally maybe Dusty is right now, and who knows. But then I can say Rick is smoking crack, but that's just because whatever he's saying like the sky is yellow or something, and I'm like, no, it's blue. So I can say
Okay.
Dusty is smoking crack. You see?
All right. So you'd rather be happy than correct.
No, it's
That's what.
slang terms.
Yeah.
It's
No.
slang terms that have an obvious meaning.
So you're saying that one is a figure of speech and the other is a literal claim.
Way to go, you got it. Steelman me.
Would you
Okay.
rather be flappy or erect?
I mean, Dub, you understand that
I'll
you
let
explained
Jack
that
answer
terribly.
that one. I'll let
You're-
Jack answer that one because he probably knows what you're saying. I don't, though. But go ahead.
You don't know what it means to be erect? That's sad.
Irrelevant, please. So, okay, the example. The same terms being used literal and as a concept or as a comparison.
Yeah.
And so how does that apply to the words of the generation returning in the generation? Admittedly, I'm curious about that interpretation.
He's saying it's a figure of speech that means something else besides a generation. And I'm saying that's not a figure of speech, and generation isn't used that way anywhere else in the Bible.
No, but I already tried to kind of explain it, but maybe you seem to have gotten it, Jack. Actually, you seem to have understood when I brought up the Elvis thing. Yeah, you got it. All right.
I understand what you're saying too.
Audience, my friend.
What you're saying is that you want to just invent meaning so that you're not wrong when you're wrong. You refuse. You refuse evidence. You refuse evidence that contradicts your beliefs.
No, you're trying to play both sides of the fence because you and Rick, you're saying it shouldn't be taken literal, but then other parts you're saying should be or shouldn't be, or maybe they're taking it all literal.
You take it literally, so we're going to check your
I'm
logic.
saying you got to use where you can apply it intelligently.
Yes.
Where something flowers out of it, not just randomly because the text says something that I'm going to go and do
Very
it like
nice. I agree with you, Rick. Yeah, like when Jesus says, like, if you steal, chop your hand off, something like that, you shouldn't. That's not what he's saying to go chop your hand off. That's obviously not what he's saying. So you shouldn't take that literally. Yeah.
So what about this? The angel that visited to let Mary know that she was going to be pregnant with Jesus. In Luke, it speaks to Mary, and in Matthew, it speaks to Joseph. So who did the angel speak to in reality?
Maybe both.
Or do we need to redefine the names? It didn't really mean Luke. It was referring to Mary, but back in the day,
What if both are true? I mean, what if it's all true?
Like, what if he was just letting Joseph know, hey, listen, Mary didn't actually cheat on you. It was God that did it. So
right. That would be a good bro move.
Yeah.
But that's not what happens in Matthew. So we've got,
Well, what happens in Matthew, Mr. Biblical Scholar?
The angel talks to Mary. Lets Mary know.
Right. Separate time.
Yeah.
Oh, so two angels came to let them know.
Same angel.
Okay,
Sure.
but so it's recorded talking to one parent in one book and the other parent in another book.
Yeah.
See, this is what I mean when I say you guys are intellectually dishonest.
It's not a contradiction. You're logically dishonest to believe that they can't both have spoke to the same angel.
Let's use and just each book left out one parent. Okay. Let's use Occam's razor. Do you think it's more likely that the books are fucked up or that they're actually consistent there? Don't worry.
I think it's
I got
more
250
likely
more of these.
that you're fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here. What about this one, Rant? There are 28 generations from David to Jesus in Matthew. There are 43 generations from David to Jesus in Luke. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
Very easy. Very, very easy. I suggest you read it again, and you can start with Luke 3:23, my friend. Start there and go.
Why don't you just say what your thought is? Because I'm not doing homework right now. I already told you that.
That's
You
all
just
right.
don't get it.
I don't need to do
Let me-
homework for you.
It's a
Mr. Sit back and
mystery.
smoke a cigarette.
So
Actually,
you want credit for being right about something that you can't demonstrate you're right about? Is that what you're saying?
I can demonstrate it.
I don't. Hold on.
I want
hold
to
on.
bring this back.
I don't want to let Mr. Sit back and smoke a cigarette who thinks he's cool to not
First
read
of all, leave
I am
cigarettes
cool.
out of this,
by
okay?
himself. He won't. If he won't read by himself, then obviously he doesn't deserve anyone else's intelligence.
I'm not
on something.
by myself right now, am I? I'm engaged in a discussion. So if you know I'm wrong, you tell me what I'm wrong about.
How about
I
this?
just gave you. I
Why
just gave you the
is
verse, buddy.
point? What are we trying to accomplish? If
We're
one's
trying to
wrong
stomp
or
these dumb
not,
fucks into the dirt.
But
Congratulations, you're not going to succeed.
who is that? Those
Well, that's
who
definitely Dub and definitely Rant. I
Wait,
mean,
what
why
are
did
we
you ask
talking
that? You
about?
already know the answer.
Fair enough. And
I
you know
already know
what?
what. I know what
honest,
channel
I
I'm
get
on.
it.
I've been here before. I already know.
Well,
I get it. Well, let's have
Why
some
do you
fun,
think?
boys. But
Why do
you're
you think it's a
actually-
contradiction? We're looking at the genealogy going from David's line, right? We're looking at it from Joseph and then through Mary. It's to
Why are we
demonstrate
doing
something.
this?
If you look
Nope,
at what the
there's-
names mean, there's different demonstrations in the names.
It's the paternal genealogy.
Hey guys, I'm ready to wrap this up.
I would too.
I appreciate this.
Can I do one more?
Please.
Jacob is Joseph's father in Matthew, and in Luke, Heli is Joseph's father.
That's something. The genealogy
you
and
did
the
it,
name.
Dusty.
I didn't.
You
put
did
my
it, man.
head
I don't know how you're so smart, Dusty, but you did it,
I
man.
have a
I'm
PDF.
converting to
It's
whatever
called-
whatever
I'll tell
religion
you.
you're going with, bro. Yeah, I'm just doing it. He just gave you the answer. The guy who was just
there's a
booted just gave you the answer, bro.
There's a document
What's your
called
problem?
What you okay? So you think that what the fuck? He didn't give me the answer. How does Joseph have two dads?
All you have to do is rewind 2 minutes from now, and you would figure it out. But
So you're saying that in one of those books, it's actually Mary's dad?
Hold on. You want to kick back in your chair, smoke a cigarette, look like you're cool, talk a lot of shit, but you're not willing to look anything up and figure it out for yourself.
If you know that I'm wrong, you need to tell me how I'm wrong, not just reference me to go on chasing down Bible verses and try to interpret what I think you mean out of them.
I gave you one, but you're not willing to do it because you're
I'm
too
not
lazy.
willing to do
That's
it.
your
We're
problem.
talking right now.
Uh-huh. Go
Okay.
ahead, do it.
If you
It's one
can't demonstrate that I'm wrong, you don't get to be right.
All right.
Well, that's
Here.
because you're too dumb to open up a book and read. That's your problem. What kind of
because you're
grades did you get when
dishonest
you were in
and you
school,
don't actually
buddy?
I don't feel like we're accomplishing anything here. Whoops. Dub, thank you for joining. I'm going to drop you out. Powder Dusty, thank you for joining. I'm going to drop you out unless you got anything else. You streaming again later?
I probably will, but I don't have anything immediately right now.
Okay.
Thanks for having me up. Salute to most of the chat. Salute to not most of the panel. Most of the panel sucked. But you two are all right.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, get me out of here.
Thank you for joining. Sincerely, Rick. We got a little we got in the weeds a little bit there today. Got a little off topic, but I appreciate the conversations we had. You got any thoughts, my friend, before I drop you out? Rick? All right. Brothers and sisters, sincerely to all of you who, whoops, I missed him. You there?
Yeah. Sorry, I was making tea, man.
Starting to wrap up. Any final words on the way out?
No, man. I appreciate you having me, man. Even though it was all this, but we still learned something out of it. It's all right.
It's
God bless.
another step forward. Much love. Appreciate you. Sincerely, to all who tuned in, to all who joined where we started, just a reminder, the observation, it is love. Love reveals what is true. Evil's going to say what it wants. Evil's going to say what it thinks you want. Evil is going to put on a smiling face, and it'll lead you where it wants you to go. Brothers and sisters, the world today, it's filled with evil and love, good and bad, and it seems like there's battles, all sorts of battles going on. It's really easy to get caught up in the battles because mankind, we're made for war, right? That's what I was taught as a child. They even gave me a gun when I was like 17. I just had to go stand in line with a bunch of other young boys and a bunch of other young boys in basic training, right? I'm going to wrap it up here. Sincerely, from me to you, all who tuned in, became a part of this. I appreciate you. What is truth to you? Allow love and truth to be the same for you, and then you don't have any more problems. Just love the truth and be true with what you love. Maybe I'll break into that a little bit more tomorrow. Till next time, thank you again, sincerely, from me to you. Choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. God bless us all. Thank you.